Yo, what's up? My name is Petrosity, and welcome to my PokeMMO Sinnoh storyline guide. If you're looking for extra resources or tons of topics covered before this video, there is a visual-only guide for the storyline down in the description. There is also a item guide that shows you all of the different items you can actually pick up around the region. I will not be going around and picking up every single item. I'll try to get the crucial ones, but I'm really just focused on getting the storyline done in a decently fast manner. There's also a guide down below for the best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO, as well as the budget best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO. Usually the Pokemon that are really powerful in the Pokemon storylines are powerful in all of them, whether it's Sinnoh, Unova, Kanto, Hoenn, or whatever region you may be doing. There will also be a video linked in the description called What are the best regions in PokeMMO? This video goes over the positives and negatives of every single region in PokeMMO, and then goes over a power ranking and then also a completion order, which are very different things when it comes to PokeMMO. I do not generally recommend doing Sinnoh as your first region, as it's decently difficult, long, and has a big boss fight in the middle of the region. However, if it's your favorite region in Pokemon, I think that takes precedence over doing what's efficient. Now, here's part of the team I'll be using today. I seriously recommend, if Sinnoh is not your first region, to go ahead and prepare some amount of Pokemon. You do not need to prepare 6 Pokemon like I have here. These are not all Pokemon just for the storyline runs. They're also going to be used in PVM, raids, and PvP after the storyline is over with, and have all been EV trained accordingly. But I seriously recommend at least getting like 1 to 3 different Pokemon prepared for a storyline run. One good Gyarados will do you wonders in saving you time, stress, and energy during a storyline run. They do not need to be perfect. This Gyarados over here, 22 attack, 22 speed with Lonely Nature, is going to be an absolute powerhouse. Once again, what Pokemon you should be using in the storylines will be covered in the 2 videos linked in the description. Best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO and budget best Pokemon to beat PokeMMO. Items like Choice Band, Choice Scarf, Choice Specs will also be very relevant. Anything that increases damage like this is just super good. Well, let's go through the Pokemon that I have today. Personally, I go ahead and I have 2 different Gyaradoses. Neither of them have Moxie. Moxie would make them a bit better, but Intimidate is a very relevant ability as well in these storylines. They're just going to look to spam pretty much Waterfall and eventually Crunch when they get it. It's important to note that this Gyarados is the only Gyarados that I can actually use straight out of the gate. You have something called a max obedience level in the Pokemon storylines, and that max obedience level is going to correlate to how many gym badges you have in each specific region. So when I go to Sinnoh, my max obedience level is going to be 20 until I get the first gym badge. So I will be able to use this Gyarados, but as soon as this Gyarados becomes over leveled, which thankfully, due to the level cap, it won't allow me to over level it in Sinnoh, as long as I'm in Sinnoh, until I get the first gym badge, I should be able to use this for the whole first gym, and it should make things a lot easier. And then as I unlock more and more gym badges, I'll be able to use the other Pokemon I have prepared, like this level 26 Gyarados and level 28 Scraggy, etc., etc. But most of these Pokemon have a plus attack nature or some sort of plus damage. That's what you are looking for. I'm only just noticing now that my team is all physical attackers. You generally don't want that, but thankfully storylines are hopefully easy enough to where even if you have all physical attackers, if everything is strong enough, you should mostly be fine. But here's the nature. Lonely Nature on this Gyarados, Adamant Nature on this Gyarados, 2v2 attack EVs on this one, 2v2 speed, only 2v2 attack and not speed EVs on this one. I did that purposely to keep at least one Pokemon at level 20 for the storyline. Same thing over here on the strategies. Very simple stuff. 2v2 attack and 2v2 speed. You almost always want to go damage and speed on storyline Pokemon. Bulk is generally not worth it on storyline Mons. And then we have the IVs. Our first Gyarados, once again, just 20 plus attack and 20 plus speed. Yeah, the defenses are nice, but they're not relevant. It's really just the 20 plus attack, 20 plus speed, and then Lonely Nature. This one is 31 attack, 31 speed, Adamant Nature, but that is overkill. You don't need that. Once again, just 20 plus in those stats, plus Adamant, Lonely, or Naughty will all work as long as you're not Brave, because Brave does hurt your speed. Now, when it comes to storyline Pokemon, you're looking for a few things. You're looking for at least 80 speed. Gyarados does just hit that metric. I don't want to go over all of what makes a good Pokemon, because once again, you should be using the videos linked in the description. But essentially, look for a Pokemon that does a ton of damage, has at least 80 or more speed in my personal opinion, and then also has bulk. This is why I always say that Swellow is one of the most overrated Pokemon for storyline runs in PokeMMO specifically. Swellow is fantastic in Emerald and Nuzlocke in traditional Pokemon, Pokemon, but in PokeMMO, when you have access to 5 generations of Pokemon, why would you ever use a Swellow in a storyline run when Swellow has, yes, amazing attack, amazing speed, but doesn't have any of the bulk? There's no benefit there, right? So there's plenty of Pokemon in PokeMMO that have damage, have speed, and don't have bulk. You're looking for something that has enough speed for the storyline, really good damage, and then also has some bulk to maybe survive an attack or two. Scrafty is probably one of the weird exceptions here, as you see me with 2 different strategies. Scrafty is actually pretty slow. I believe having around a 50 or 60 base stat speed, but he gets a move called Dragon Dance, which is going to allow him to essentially pop the hell off and sweep through any team he really wants to. Now, these strategies both have pretty decent IVs, this one being 3 times 31 in 25 plus. I'm going to be using this in PvP and PvM after. This one is just wild caught, 20 plus. This is the perfect kind of storyline Pokemon. Something caught in the wild, you just randomly got good nature, 20 plus in every stat that it needs. And then finally, the final 2 Pokemon to round out the Ravens roster. Shout out to the upcoming NFL season, Pat Ricard and Isaiah Likely. If you noticed all the other names, congratulations, you have a good eye. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Adamant nature on both of these guys. 2v2 attack, 2v2 speed EVs, simple stuff. Heracross and Primeape, of course, 25 attack, 31 speed, 25 plus in most stats, except for that HP, which is totally fine. Primeape is just a simple 2 times 31 Pokemon. Great example of a Pokemon as well that Primeape is not something you would normally see in a storyline. It kind of goes against my rules of, you know, it has damage, it has speed, but doesn't really have any bulk. Heracross kind of has damage, enough speed, and some decent bulk there. Primeape doesn't really fit the bill. However, you know, we have 5 other Pokemon, and this Primeape was also made for the upcoming Darkrai raid coming out. So we're getting a double usage out of this guy, using him in the storyline, and then also using him for the Darkrai raid later in Halloween. Okay, movesets, these guys are very much not movesets. That's the only unfortunate thing at the moment, but they'll hopefully get more and more movesets as the storylines play out. But I think that's everything for now. I will put items on my Pokemon as it comes to it, as I get them once they're back over in the PC in Sinnoh. There should be timestamps in this video as well, so if you didn't want to watch all that preamble, you already know all this stuff, you're ready to go, you can just go ahead and skip through, skip to the parts you need, whatever badge you're stuck at. I get stuck in storylines all the time in the past, and I understand what it's like to just want to skip to the part that you're at to figure that out and hopefully move on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the Sinnoh storyline. Alright, but let's go ahead and jump into it. Whenever you change regions in PokeMMO to a new region, yep, all of your Pokemon will be sent to your PC. You will keep your Pokeyen and you will keep your items in your bag. And then you'll be transferred over to the new region like so. If you try to move from the spot, you'll be interrupted by your upcoming rival, I believe Barry. Yep, there he is. You just want to yap to him for a little bit and go through your typical early storyline dialogue. Head downstairs, we'll meet your mother. She'll give us a little bit of yapping as well. And once you're free to move your character, you want to go ahead and head out this door right here as soon as you can. Yep, just keep yapping past her. And then head up to this house up here to the top left. Try to head inside and Barry will thud into you. Bop. And then you want to head back inside because Barry forgot something. Head upstairs and just meet him up there. He is absolutely zooming around. Just a hyper little fella. Honestly, he's starting to grow on me. And then he heads back outside. Head back out the door. And then we can go ahead and kind of head north outside of the initial town of Twinleaf Town. We want to walk. No, we don't have our running shoes yet. No bike access. Just walk up here and talk to Barry. Too slow. And he's basically trying to convince us to sprint through the grass even though we don't have any Pokemon. Basically risking our lives to dying to a wild animal until eventually the professor shows up and says, hey, wait a minute, kids. Maybe don't kill yourselves today. Important tip for any storyline or any dialogue in PokeMMO in general, you can actually hold Control plus Z or Control plus whatever your A button is on your keyboard and go ahead and spam through it all like this. You don't have to keep jamming the Z button. And over an entire storyline, you know, spamming that button over and over again is going to take a toll on your little finger. So you know what? Go ahead and take control of, or take advantage of Control Z whenever you can. I believe if you're playing on controller, and PokeMMO does have amazing controller support, you can also go ahead and just spam the A key on that. But now, after all of that yapping, we can go ahead and pick our starter Pokemon. Now, in Sinnoh, you are choosing between Turtwig, Piplup, and Chimchar. I do have a video linked in the description on what are the best starter Pokemon in each region in PokeMMO. However, starters are very much a way for you to choose your flair, choose your personality, so I usually recommend just picking your favorite. Now, if you are on an Ironman account like myself, which is just simply an account that cannot trade or use the GTL, which is kind of a self-imposed challenge within PokeMMO, I seriously recommend, number one, checking out my videos every single Sunday, which are update and progress episodes on the Ironman. But you will have to factor in, if you're an Ironman account, you do want to factor in what Pokemon you pick when it comes to your ability patch. You get something whenever you complete the Pokedex of each region in PokeMMO, something called an ability patch. You get one when you complete the Kanto one, the Johto, the Hoenn, etc. Each single, national dex, essentially, each single regional dex. And you always get an ability patch based on what starter you picked in the region. And not all ability patches are equal, right? You either get the grass patch, the fire patch, or the water patch. These patches allow you to get hidden ability access on your starter Pokemon. And it's the only way to get hidden ability access on these starter Pokemon. So which ones you pick are very, very important for an Ironman. For a main account, if you're doing an alt account, it can matter, but I generally don't recommend worrying about it because you do get extra Pokeyen by picking certain patches, but the extra Pokeyen is so minimal, you shouldn't jeopardize your entire storyline or navigate your storyline around that little bit of extra Pokeyen. But just in case, check the market at the time. For example, at the time of recording, Fire Patch is the most expensive, so you would go for Fire Patch if you're like on an alt account. If you're on your main account, I would just pick your favorite starter, man. If you're on an Ironman account, it depends on what your goals and needs are. For me personally, I plan on going for 2 fire patches, 2 grass patches, and then 1 water. And those are the only patches I'll ever see on this account. So it's very important to plan that out. For that reason, I will be picking Turtwig, which just so happens to be my favorite starter Pokemon in this region as well, even though it's probably the worst one for doing the actual storyline. But you know what? I love you, Torterra. So we're going to go ahead and make that decision. All right, but after picking your starter, go ahead and hold down Control-Z or Control plus your A key and just spam through a ton of dialogue. Eventually, you'll be teleported back to your house with your mom. Well, after a quick battle with Barry, excuse me. All right, so after wiping the floor with him, you should get sent back to your mom's house for a quick sec, and she will actually give you the running shoes. There you go, a quick little fade to black, and here we are. And thankfully, we get the running shoes very early on in the storyline. You can go ahead and just hold your B key, or for me, that is X on my keyboard to go ahead and run. You can also make sure you go over to the settings and turn on toggle running with key press, which is over in the gameplay settings right here. It makes it way easier as opposed to having to hold the run key constantly. Another quick tip for important storyline stuff, I also recommend going over to the settings and turning on, go to interface settings and go to show battle damage percents and turn this on to always. It is on only in PvP by default, but there are certain storyline fights that are pretty difficult, and it's very, very relevant to see the percentage of damage being done, so you know whether something is a 4-shot versus a 2-shot versus 3 shots, or how much damage the enemy Giratina is doing to you, for example. But whenever you're ready, go ahead and sprint up north with your new running shoes, and Barry will stop you one more time. He has the great idea to head over to the left and go over to a legendary lake and kind of disturb it. So you want to run over here to the left, run up here, head inside, and just spam through all the dialogue where possible. The guy will be all edgy and annoying and eventually leave. And now it's time to go head over to the first town and go grab some Pokeballs, head outside of the lake by going south, and then go all the way east or right. And then eventually you'll make your way through this grass, go up a little bit towards this direction, and then run over here. Usually during the beginning of storyline runs, if you see a shopping mart trainer that looks like this, they will usually give you a free little potion. An extra potion can go a long way if it's your first storyline run. But then continue heading east. And whether you fight or don't fight the wild Pokemon here at the start is really up to you. There's not really a right or wrong option. I will say, if this is your first storyline run or you don't have a region to go XP train to, I vehemently recommend fighting every single trainer. Trainers give more XP than wild battles with the trainer bonus XP, so it's super important to fight trainers if you want to maximize your XP and not end up under-leveled throughout the storyline run. But if you keep heading east, you'll end up over in Sandgem Town, and then this person will stop you. They'll bring you into the professor's lab and essentially just examine you, strangely. You just need to spam through a ton of dialogue with the help of Control-Z here, and he'll eventually give you a Pokedex. And then finally, we can eventually head out of here, go ahead and head out south. You'll end up getting a return TM as well, which is a very relevant TM to have. And then Dawn, or whatever corresponding NPC, will go ahead and show you the Poke Center and Pokemart here in a quick sec. And don't worry, we're almost done pushing through all of the early game dialogue. Then after finishing all that dialogue, we have to do the typical Pokemon thing of heading back to where we were just at, heading back to our hometown, going and talking to our mom one more time. Once you're back in the town, it is the house in the bottom right-hand corner. You want to go talk to your mom, and she will actually ask if you want to be sent back to your previous region. So make sure if you want to do that, go ahead and click yes, and if you don't, go ahead and click no. If you're early on in the storyline like this, you can actually go back to the previous region you've done and essentially say, hey, I made a mistake, and I'm not ready for Sinnoh yet, you know, sort of thing. So if you're not ready for it, go ahead and take a break, head back. If you'd like to, you can always come back, right? Now we're going to go ahead and get the journal from her, and then someone's going to pop inside and also give us the parcel. And there's that NPC right on time. And now we can head all the way back to Sandgem Town, where we just were. It is important to note that even though we are playing a somewhat Gen 5 game, there's a lot of Gen 6 Plus and even Gen 9 balancing in PokeMMO, so catching Pokemon does give you experience. But just keep heading east back over to Sandgem Town, and then we'll head north once we're there. I'm also going to take this time to go ahead and head inside the PC and go grab the storyline Pokemon that I prepared. You can see that if a Pokemon is too high level for your storyline or for your max obedience cap, it'll be grayed out like this in your PC. See you in about 12 hours, Turtwig. Unfortunately, your starter Pokemon in PokeMMO are just not that great. They're still decently base statted Pokemon, but the fact that their IVs are 15 IVs across always and a neutral nature just makes them pretty unremarkable. But that's also why it's so important that you can actually catch wild starter Pokemon in PokeMMO. One of my favorite parts about the game is you can actually play each region by catching every single starter in the wild and then play each region with all 3 starter Pokemon. Something I think a lot of us wished we could do as kids. If you head over to the Sinnoh Pokedex, you can go over to Turtwig and see that you can actually catch him at Route 208 in the wild, but only if you're using lures. I'll show those off more in a quick second, explain what they are, but you can do the same thing for Chimchar over at Route 211, and then the same thing for Piplup over at Route 213. It's important to note that Chimchar is a very weird Pokemon. There are actually 2 different sides to Route 211, and I always forget which side he actually spawns on. I think it might be the right side if I recall correctly, but that might be something to test or ask people around. Maybe there'll be a pinned comment if somebody in the comments knows for sure. But in terms of lures, to get them early on, you do need to head inside the Pokemarts, and you should be able to buy them. Maybe not this early on in the game, actually, but you can get Pokeballs, thankfully, and you should stock up on those for sure. That's funny. I actually don't know if you can't buy lures like that in any other first Pokemart in any of the other first regions of PokeMMO. Sinnoh is kind of unique in that aspect. Let's go ahead and north up a little bit from Sandgem and then head over to the left. And now we get 5 free Pokeballs, thankfully. And this is where if you're coming from other regions like I am, I'm going to go ahead and pop a Repel. Intimidate also acts as a baby Repel. With an Intimidate Pokemon in the lead of your party, it actually lowers the chance of wild Pokemon encountering you. But we have to go ahead and head up southwest a little bit and then north and then all the way, you know, kind of clockwise and head over here. We do have to fight 3 different trainers here, I believe. I went ahead and plopped the Choice Band on my Gyarados for this, and now everything is pretty much going to get Waterfall spammed through. Then you want to head east, and you'll run into this trainer right here. I believe these trainers are non-negotiable. I think you do have to fight them. Once defeating this trainer, you want to go ahead and head north up through this grass, and this is the last mandatory trainer right here. The first trainer has a level 5 or so Starly, the second has a level 5 or so Bidoof, and then this one has a level 5 or so Burmy. Once you defeat him, go ahead and head through this grass and then head up north right up here. You can go grab that Pokeball if you want to, but it's probably not worth it. Early game items are just not as powerful as later game Pokeballs. We're going to run into a lot more dialogue and just hold Control A through all of this. You get the Versus Recorder, which is unfortunately not a very useful item at all in PokeMMO, but it's still something. And then after spamming through all of this dialogue, we can eventually hop inside of this building and go talk to Barry here in a quick sec. Let's just go do that right now. Perfect timing. Head inside here, talk to him, and we deliver the parcel that his mother gave us back in the first starting town. He'll then run out. We can go grab this quick Pokeball with Hashtag X attack, and X items are very powerful in the storylines if you end up getting stuck somewhere. Definitely keep those in mind. All right, then if you sprint up north really quick, we're going to run into this guy who's going to challenge us to run around and talk to some clowns really quick. So we can get a Poke-Etch, which I don't think I've ever used in 13 years of playing PokeMMO, but you know what? Apparently we need it. But you're talking to him, you want to go talk to this first clown over here, and he's basically going to ask you, hey, do Pokemon gain experience from leveling up or some shit? Yeah, pretty much yes. And that's coupon number 1 done. After that, you want to head up north and then head left. Ignore this clown in front of this building, but keep heading left, and you'll run into this clown walking around in front of this building. Go talk to him. Do moves also have types? Yes, of course. We get item coupon number 2. And then we hit up that other clown we ignored on the way back. Go talk to him. Can a Pokemon hold an item? Yep, that gives us coupon number 3. And now that should be enough for us to go get this very important, very crucial, very valuable Poke-Etch from this businessman right here. And then he walks off, and that's the little mini quest. Then you want to walk to the middle of the city and go ahead and head east and go talk to Barry. Make sure to head inside the PC at least once if you haven't already to mark your spawn location. If you die, you want to be sent back to this PC, not back to your mom in your hometown or back to the PC in the other city and lose a bunch of annoying progress. You do have to fight Barry here with his level 9 Chimchar or level 9 of the Pokemon, the counter Pokemon to whatever starter you picked. He won't believe that you were able to beat him. Then we can go ahead and continue on to the east. And there is a very specific route we need to take here to dodge all the trainers. You can't dodge all the trainers here if you want to. Once again, if you don't have another storyline done, you should do all the trainer fights, but I have a region to go back to as well as plenty of Pokemon prepared. We want to head behind the grass back here, behind these trees to dodge this guy. Then head over to this staircase and head up it by going on the top side, not the middle side, to dodge this trainer. This girl walks around. You can go ahead and dodge her by like walking like that. Be careful, and then go ahead and go inside the cave itself. Now, we do have to talk to this guy to go ahead and get Rock Smash, but that's important. We want Rock Smash, so that's a good thing. So we can go ahead and get the Rock Smash HM like that. Beautiful. And then we need to weave around these two upcoming trainers. Just head fully to the east. You can head fully to the east here, walk around her, and then same thing over here, around her, and then outside the cave. And if we head further east inside the city, this guy will stop us and show us over to the first Pokemon gym, which we can't do quite yet. But he will guide us around over to Barry hanging out once again. Then you want to walk over to Barry and go ahead and talk to him and say, hey, what you doing here? Then I recommend heading east, heading inside the Poke Center really quick to mark your spawn location like we talked about. I'm even going to heal up really quick. And now we're going to head south into this little mining area down here. I'm assuming this should unlock us access to actually doing the first gym. So just head directly south from the PC, down here, directly south, and just running straight down. Dodge some rocks down here, directly south, down to this little crossroads. Then we want to head left and then down again. Over here through these rocks. Grab this Pokeball if you want to. Grab a nice little escape rope. Escape ropes are always relevant in storyline runs. Head down here and head to the east and then go talk to this guy. And after he shows us how he does a super cool Rock Smash, we can now go do the first gym. He'll scatter back to his gym and we need to scatter out of here and go fight him. You can actually use that escape rope if you would like in that situation, the one that we just picked up for free. So let's go ahead and head back, walking all the way back up to the city. You shouldn't need to heal. I don't think we fought anybody. You could just head directly over to the gym right here, walk inside. And once you're inside the gym, you can either walk through straight and fight two trainers or take the little staircase up here and walk around like so and just make your way directly over to the first gym leader in Oreburgh City. This is also the city in Sinnoh where you unlock the ability to pop fossils or open up fossils. That's really important for shiny hunting way in the future in your PokeMMO journey. Now, being a rock gym and having Geodude, almost all of these Pokemon are going to have Sturdy, and usually they'll throw out something like a Rock Tomb to try to lower your speed stat. If that happens, something I do a lot in these early game fights is switching out to other Pokemon, even if you're just switching out to Sacrifice switch to them to reset your speed stat. Obviously, I should be totally good here because I have this stupid Gyarados that's going to power through everything. But there is a level 12 Geodude with Sturdy, a level 12 Onix with Sturdy. There's that Rock Tomb that's going to lower my speed stat. If I were a genuine Sinnoh only team, I would go ahead and switch out here to reset that speed stat. And then finally, a level 14 Cranidos Pokemon as their ace. This Cranidos most likely does disgusting damage, but it should be decently easy to outspeed, and it should be very, very frail as well. But if it hits you, it's going to do insane damage. So try not to switch out against the Cranidos. And that is the first gym badge completed. Just that easy peasy. Go spam through the dialogue, get the Coal badge, and that'll increase your max obedience level up to 27. Now we can use that HM Rock Smash outside of battle. We also get a Stealth Rock TM, which is one of the most powerful moves in all of PvP. So absolutely, yes, please, we'll take one of those for free. And once you've completed the gym leader, you can just run straight out of here. You don't need to like navigate around those trainers. They won't fight you anymore. Now I recommend heading back to the PC, healing up, and we do want to head back the way we came, back through the cave. Barry will stop us for a quick sec, but just essentially go back to the previous town through this little cave. And once you're out on the other side, you can go ahead and navigate through these really quickly to just sort of skip all the trainers. Once they have these little 3 dots above their head, it basically means you've passed their area and they won't actually try to fight you anymore unless you manually go talk to them, which is nice. We can dodge all these trainers, head back to the town, have a bit more dialogue to go through. In all honesty, have a lot more dialogue to go through. Talk to that guy. I'm going to go ahead and head inside the PC really quick since I didn't do that here previously. You do want to head inside the PC of every single town at some point. Just like that. That does it to unlock it in your location. Even though I have a Flyout Arena, I actually cannot use it yet. You need the required badge before you can use HMs like that. So that is the balancing around that. But then once you're done, you want to go ahead and head up north, up here, and we'll run into Professor Rowan again. And we do have to do a quick double battle with these two guys with a Stunky and a Glameow. They'll be one of our Pokemon and one of Barry's. After defeating them, the members of Team Galactic will retreat. We have to spam through a little bit more dialogue, and then we'll end up heading north. Now, you do need a Rock Smash Pokemon for this following part, so make sure you bring something that can learn or can use Rock Smash. We get the fashion case from this guy really quick. Then we want to go ahead and head north. You can heal up if you want to. I might heal up after this fight, but we do have a mandatory trainer fight right here. All right, but after defeating this trainer, we can go ahead and keep continuing north like so. We can dodge that trainer by staying to the left a little bit. This guy seems like a mandatory one, but thankfully he did not challenge us. We do need to head up here now, pick up this Pokeball, and we do need to Rock Smash one of these rocks to get over to this little east exit. So go ahead and use the Rock Smash Pokemon like so. Teach one of your Pokemon that we talked about Rock Smash, and then exit the cave whenever you can. Now we need to head left by dodging this guy just barely. Head over here. We can loop around. We can walk that trainer if you actually stop running and walk it correctly. Go grab this Pokeball really quick. You can also use the same Control Z strat that we use in dialogue in battle. So if you watch closely there, I hold Control Z. It spams through the move as quick as it possibly can, absolutely obliterating the Cherubi. And then after defeating her, we can go pick up that Pokeball, which probably just has a weak, healing item. There we go. An Awakening. We'll take it though. And you want to head up north. Dodge this trainer if possible. Stay to the most south part here. We can dodge those two trainers. Can go grab this Pokeball. It takes 2 seconds. So you know what? Get a Bullet Seed TM. And then head up north. And now we're in Floaroma Town. Make sure you head into the PC really quick to mark your spawn. Heal up if you need to, of course. We then need to head east really quick and go talk to a little girl trainer over here who's kind of lost. She misses her papa, she says. So let's go talk to her. Start that little quest. We immediately head back into the town and then head up to the northwest, bringing us over to the Floaroma Meadow and also a Team Galactic fight, so make sure you're prepared. Right through here, this little northwest entrance. This is also where you do the Shaman fight generally during the Lunar New Year event every year in PokeMMO. Level 13 Stunky is no joke, so make sure you're definitely prepared. All right, after defeating both the grunts, they will peace out, and this guy will say thank you so much and give you some honey, as well as the Works key, which I'm assuming is going to be used to open up the Wind Valley Works where we're going next. Honey is used for something called honey tree shiny hunting, or even getting certain Pokemon for your Pokedex, like Munchlax or Burmy, a bit easier. But whenever you need honey in the future or want to do any shiny hunting via honey trees, etc., you come buy it from this guy right here. But now you want to head back down into the town and head over to the east. Basically, back past that little girl NPC we were just at. Go ahead and heal up really quick if you want to. I'm going to do that really quick. Then once you're back in town and healed up, go ahead and head east. We're going to run past her this time and head over to the Valley Windworks, I believe. Yep, you can always see what location you're at in-game by the top left-hand corner of the screen. Go grab this Pokeball. This is one of those honey trees we talked about. You need to slather honey onto it and then come back an hour later, IRL time. But we're going to come talk to this guy for now. Not worry about that. Come defeat another Team Galactic Grunt, which is just the Team Rocket for Sinnoh. Then, after defeating him, he'll run inside. And we're basically just going to follow him and defeat a bunch of different Galactic Grunts now. Thankfully, we have the Works key. Yep, Kerchunk. That was a great sound effect in the text box. Kerchunk. Now we head in here. He basically scampers off like a little coward. We're going to follow him around like this. Fight whatever trainers we need to and head over here. It's important to stay to the south when crossing this little section so you don't have to fight that guy. It's a free skip on a fight. Head over here, run into this red-haired fella. And this is one of the commander fights, so a little bit more difficult than the grunts. We see a level 15 Elekid, which will hit your Gyarados for 4 times damage, which is pretty significant if it survives. Thankfully, I doubt it's going to survive here. We do get static proc, but that's okay. Paralyzing our Gyarados, having our speed, and giving us a chance to not be able to move. We have a backup Gyarados for this situation. And the next up is a Purugly, level 16, which is a much faster Pokemon than you expect and can do some decent damage, so don't sleep on the Purugly. Then that is Commander Mars defeated, which frees the Valley Windworks and then reunites the daughter with her father, who she then calls Stinky over and over and over again. Ah yes, the joys of parenting. Alright, but we then want to carry on. I'm going to go ahead and heal up really quick to get rid of this paralysis back at the previous town. When heading outside of the Windworks, we'll run into this guy for a quick second. He'll have to talk to us for a bit, but nothing really happens. I'm going to go heal up really quick, meet you guys back here, and then we'll head north. All right, back to the bridge and heading north. We need to head northwest up into this little mountainous area. You can dodge a lot of these trainers if you walk them correctly, unlike that. Let's make our way through this grass over here and then up north past this guy as well, which we can walk, I believe. Once here, it's most likely not worth grabbing that Pokeball. I'm going to go ahead and walk through like this and then continue heading north. We can dodge this trainer if we maneuver properly. Head up to this bridge, and you can walk this guy as well by walking around like so. Heading up here, dodging this trainer by just carefully tracking her movements. And you can actually walk this trainer as well. Beautiful, just like this. Now we're making our way up to this forest. We're going to walk past here as well. If you don't know, walking a trainer refers to specifically walking past a trainer, not running. If you run past a trainer and they're a turning or a spinning trainer, they will spin to you and initiate the fight almost always. Now this girl wants us to help her, I believe, guide us through the forest. We're going to pop a rappel and head over here to the east. There are some Team Galactic members here. We do have to go ahead and run through here. We don't have cut access yet, so we do have to run through here really quick. All right, after defeating those two trainers in a double battle, we want to go ahead and continue onward. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick, which has a Paralyze Heal. We're going to then head east and head south. We have to fight these two trainers as well in a similar fashion. Thankfully, these trainers just have two little Abras, so they should be easy peasy. All right, but that should be the last trainer we actually have to fight in this entire forest if we maneuver properly from this point forward. So you want to go ahead and loop around, follow my pathing, loop around like this. Head over to the east like so, and just stay to this northeast section. Go north straight up from here. Go west, and then north immediately again. And then once you're here, you can go ahead and head east and head outside the forest. I do want to quickly note that this is where you catch Rotom in Eterna Forest up in this mansion. Once you get access to cut, you can cut through these trees and go catch Rotom. I believe this is the only spot in the game where you can actually reliably catch Rotom in PokeMMO. It's a very, very important Pokemon. Yeah, using lures over at the old chateau. Rotom is one of the most used Pokemon in every single PvP tier in PokeMMO. In OU, Rotom Wash is extremely relevant and always has high usage. In doubles, you'll often see them poking around as well, although not as much at the time of recording of this video. Rotom Wash down to 4% usage in doubles. Over in UU, Rotom Mow and Rotom Heat over in UU, both at a respectable usage of 7.5 and around 6.3% usage respectively. And then base form Rotom is almost always viable over in NU, being the third most played Pokemon in the tier at the moment. All right, but continuing outside of the forest, she'll essentially stop and say, hey, thanks so much. She'll peace out. We'll get a little gift. And then we'll eventually be able to keep going forward. She said something about our party being full. That's fine. Don't need it. Don't care. Keep heading east. You should be able to dodge every single trainer on this bridge, I believe. Yeah, it's all just fishermen. So if you just run across like this, we can make our way over to the next town. Beautiful. And now we are in Eterna City. Go mark your location inside the PC and heal up really quick. And then if you try to go northeast in the city over to this area, Barry will stop you and will essentially go run into some more galactic fellas. He says, what the, after looking at someone just simply looking over the Palkia statue. And then after some dialogue, he will eventually scamper off. We can continue back west and we'll run into Cynthia for a quick sec. She will stop us and say, yo, what's up? And she will give us HM Cut, which is very important. That lets us access that Rotom spawn if you want to go ahead and go buy some lures and go catch a Rotom right now for the storyline. It's probably not a bad Pokemon. Not the best, but pretty interesting. All right, let's now head south. Go buy some Pokeballs or potions or whatever you need. Feel free to spend plenty of Poke and on Pokeballs. You'll almost always need them. Head down to the gym. Talk to the gym leader right here. And she'll be like, yo, what's up? Barry was a wuss. Try to be better than him. And I'll say, okay, will do. Pretty easy goal. We then want to head inside and go talk to this girl really quick. You do have to fight pretty much every trainer in here, I believe. But after defeating her, the flower will start going a little crazy. As you can see, you can head up into it, head over here and fight this trainer. And then after defeating her, she'll do the same thing by flipping around the flower. We want to then head over to the west, defeat this trainer, and do the exact same thing. After defeating this trainer, she'll let us go up to the gym leader herself. Now, if you're like me and got poisoned right before this fight, go ahead and quickly use an antidote. Hopefully you have one. I definitely recommend stocking up on dumb little heals like that before storylines. It's always super relevant. We're going to go ahead and start this fight. If you don't have one, you can just head back outside of the gym and go heal up really quick, add a PC, and come back. We're going to jump into the gym leader fight. This is gym badge number 2. We see a Cherum lead into a Roserade next, level 22. That Roserade can definitely be a problem if you aren't prepared. We also see a Grottle coming in level 20. But with 3 swift crunches for me, that is gym badge number 2 achieved and defeated. This is a really good gym to come to when you're gym rerunning in the future as well. Very quick and easy gym to get to. You can also now use the HM cut that you just got access to outside of battles. And your max obedience goes up to level 29, and you get access to the TM Grossknot. Now the flower will flip around and be a straight arrow just like this, and we can head out of here. I'm going to head back to the PC really quick just to heal up. You now need to teach at least one of your Pokemon the HM cut to be able to get through these trees right here. And as you can see, I don't have a single Pokemon, so let's go grab one. And when you're healed up and ready, we can go ahead and cut through this and get into this building really quickly where Galactic is hanging out. We'll have to do a few fights here. Jump inside, get stopped by the blue-haired fellas. I guess it's cyan hair, really. Oh, and it turns out it was an undercover Copperino. Okay. And now we need to traverse through their little secret lair. Secretly, you want to head over to this staircase in the top right-hand corner. Head through here. Come to this crossroad. Go ahead and loop around just like this. Head north through this middle staircase. Head up the staircase. Head south. East all the way. Not all the way, excuse me. East up until the second to last place. Go up this staircase right here. Now the walls should look like these cute little sparkling stars. And now we can head south and east and run over into this larger galactic member right here. Go ahead and engage with a fight. And this is Commander Jupiter. Ooh, and you might find yourself in a little situation like I am where my Gyarados is actually choice band locked into Waterfall, yet this Shellos has Storm Drain, making it immune to the attack. So thankfully, I do have my max obedience upped. I can head over to a different Pokemon, something like my Primeape, aka Isaiah Likely, and go ahead and cross-chop this guy into oblivion. And after you defeat her, she will essentially just run away like a scaredy cat. You can grab all the Pokeballs in the vicinity. There's so many free ones to quickly pick up. This guy will talk to you and just say, hey, thanks so much. And he offers you a bicycle over at the cycle shop. We can go grab a free upgrade over in this Pokeball to the right. And then over to the left, we have 2 other Pokeballs that we cannot grab, like I thought we could. Excuse me. I always try to remind people, but I don't know if I have in this video. I am not a storyline expert by any means. I have 10,000 hours in PokeMMO, and I love grinding in MMOs. I don't exactly grind the storylines over and over again. I dread them just as much as the average player does. But you know what? The beauty of it is we're getting through it together. And now we can go ahead and head back outside of this place the same way that we came. Head back to the front door. Head outside. Cut through these trees once again. And then go heal up if you need to, of course. And you actually do want to clear one party space in your Pokemon party just for a quick sec for this next part. I'm going to throw my Primeape over here for a quick sec. We're going to head over to the bike shop, but Cynthia is actually going to stop us as soon as we head outside the PC, head over here, and she's going to give us an egg. So we need a quick little open space to grab this egg from her. Yes, you will accept it. Thank you very much. That's wonderful. Coolio. Now we have a Togepi egg. And now we can walk inside here, talk to the bike owner who we just saved, and get ourselves a bicycle, which will vastly speed up our storyline run. And now you can keep on your bicycle like I have it here by going over to your inventory, looking for BIC or bicycle, and then dragging that up to whatever slot you want it to be at. Now, whenever you're healed up and ready to go, we need to bike down directly south from this city. We're going to hop on a bike trail here, and we do have to fight a few trainers. But speed is the name of the game. You want to just bite down here as quick as possible. This first trainer has a Pikachu, which did leave me with a static para. I'm going to go ahead and heal that off with a paralyzed heal. Recommend doing the same. Save a little bit of time as opposed to going back to the PC. But if you want to, there's no harm in that. Continue south as fast as you can down this route. You will have to fight this trainer right here. All right, after defeating that trainer, I think you should actually be able to have to battle no more trainers if you path correctly. Head south down here and stay to the west. Well, stay to the east to dodge this trainer, but then you want to come west to dodge this trainer, just like that. Beautiful. Little bit of a puzzle there. Head down here. We're going to keep biking south, stick to the southeast. We're going to come down this little parted section ways under the bridge, walk under the bridge like this, try to dodge this trainer like so, follow him around like this, head up here, and then we head east. We can dodge this trainer if we think about it for a sec, just like that. Head over here, hop this little part, and you can, I think, actually walk this trainer. Ooh, unless you run into him right as he turns. But you can walk that trainer and head over into this cave here to quick set. There's also a Pokeball here I might grab. This little Pokeball right here hidden behind this little raid den that is currently dormant will give you a super potion. But then we can head east, start going inside the cave, and we'll get stopped by our rival. Then she'll just head out. No fight needed. We want to go ahead and hop inside this cave really quick. I'm going to pop a repel personally. We want to immediately head south and then east and then north up to this guy right here who will come down and talk to us. After talking to him, you want to head up this staircase, head north, then east, then down this staircase here. And then just loop all the way around this little land path and head outside the cave just like that. Head east across this bridge. You do have to fight this guy and fight this upcoming hiker as well. Now keep heading east and fight this hiker as well. Then you want to head north after defeating him, head east and head down this little staircase path. Head east directly across this grass, dodging this trainer if possible. Keep heading east. It'll make our way into the next city. This is Hearthome City. We'll get stopped really quick for some Baniri dialogue. I recommend heading east inside the city. Heading north up until you see the Poke Center. You should see it hopefully soon up here. Let's just keep wandering around the city, I guess. Yeah, east, north, and then west. Here's the Poke Center. Hop inside. Hop back out. And then keep heading north. We're looking for this, the Contest Hall. Head inside. Go talk to this girl right here. She'll immediately engage the dialogue. But after talking through all that dialogue, make sure you come talk to this girl right here with the purple hair. I kind of talked to her a little bit off camera. Apologies for that, but make sure you talk to her because she will send her back to the gym. So you do have to come here. You do have to talk to that girl. Make sure you get all of that done. It'll send her back to the gym. And now you can go heal up whenever you need to. I'm going to heal up really quick. Head down to the gym and work on that third gym badge. And if you head directly east from the contest hall, you can make your way over to the gym, which is right here. It will be dark inside though, so we do have to maneuver carefully. This guy will explain a lot more of that and basically say here, you know, as a flashlight, all the other trainers have flashlights. You need to watch out for them. We then go ahead and head inside this little wooden door and see more about what he's talking about. Okay, after about 15 minutes of trial and error that I'm going to cut, so you guys don't need to see, number one, how stupid I am, number two, how easy this gym actually is, and save you guys some time. All right, so what you need to do is head inside these dark little rooms, and you can obviously see, you can avoid the trainers, step one, by dodging their little cones of light. Step two, you can see where the walls and borders are by the little red eyes coming from the Duskull sort of walls, right? Okay, simple enough. Then we need to find the one blue tile in the room, which I think we actually just saw over here in the corner of the trainer's flashlight. Every single room has one blue tile. Yeah, you can actually see it. One blue tile in it, okay? And it's a secret little tile, and you need to see what mark is on it. So this is a square. It's kind of hard to see, but this is a square. We now need to then go match that tile with one of the tiles that matches the same shape on the blue tile. So this is a triangle, so we obviously know it's not that. This is a square, so we know it's that, and this one should be a circle. So you're looking for step one, find blue, well, step one, dodge trainers. Step one, dodge trainers. Step two, find blue tile. Step three, analyze what symbol it is. Step four, find the matching door of that symbol. I'm going to go ahead and continue to do that. It's going to be unique per person, and if you fail, it's going to change, which sucks. This is obviously some sort of crescent moon type thing. A little hard to see, but it is important to do this once again. If you fail, if you go through the wrong door, it resets everything. So it's better to take your time and have to fight a few trainers and just lock in essentially than trying to speed run through this. So we saw something else over there. This is not the crescent moon we're looking for, so it must be this final door over to the east. We're going to dodge these trainers perfectly just like that. And beautiful, yep. They'll end up being this door. Whew, okay, only 2 doors, thankfully, so we've already made it. We've already made it to the gym leader, thankfully. This is a ghost-type gym leader. I'm going to heal up really quick. Took a little bit of damage from some aftermath, and here we go. This is gym number 3. As soon as you know what you're doing, it's actually pretty simple, but if you don't and you stumble around like I did, it sucks. We're against a Drifloon lead here. This thing will most likely have aftermath as well, so we might take some damage after killing it. That is okay, and if not, that's awesome. Yeah, don't see any aftermath damage there. Beautiful. I'm just going to be spamming through this with Crunch. Should be a pretty easy fight. All right, and there is the gym leader defeated. We'll get another gym badge, the Relic badge. We'll increase our max obedience level here in a quick sec. Up to 34, a pretty big bump. We'll also get access to Defog outside of battle and Shadowclaw TM. Getting access to Defog is super important. It's a very relevant PvP move, as well as actually used in the Heatran raid. So, very relevant move, and I believe the only place to get Defog is in Sinnoh. All right, then whenever you're ready, go ahead and head through the south door, and it'll take you immediately back to the beginning, like so. I'm going to go heal up really quick, and then we're going to head southeast out of the city. Let's go ahead and bike southeast, like so. Head down here, over here to this little gray tile area in the city. And then head through this little checkpoint. We'll run into Barry. And now we have a rival fight. This rival fight is definitely nothing to sleep on. He has fucking tricks up his sleeve. My first Gyarados got burned. He's got an Endeavor Staravia, level 25 Buizel, level 26 Monferno, level 25 Staravia. This might be a lot of people's first, like, really tough fight. This fight is definitely something to watch out for in the storyline. Thankfully, I have plenty of strong Pokemon, but even with this team, that fight was, like, closer than it should have been. Closer than it should have been. But Barry lets out a big wah whenever you defeat him, of course. But I'm personally going to go heal up really quick before we continue eastward from Hearthome. All right, now that we're heading east, we do need to fight a fair bit of trainers here. You can dodge a fair bit as well. I'm going to try to walk past this guy, for example. Yep, just like that. But a lot of these are going to be mandatory fights. This guy only goes, almost only goes left and right. But as you can see, maneuvers a little bit extra there. You do have to fight these two girls, I believe. So let's go ahead and jump into this fight and get that taken care of. Your Togepi might hatch around this time. It's just a 15 IVs across, neutral nature, gift Pokemon Togepi. I'm going to be releasing mine personally. If you want to evolve it for the Pokedex, you can do that. But after defeating those two trainers, you can continue heading east. We do want to stay to the south part here. We can actually dodge both of these trainers if we're extra careful. You can see this girl spinning here and this guy running back and forth. So if you walk like this, you can dodge them both, but it's definitely a little difficult to do. I'm going to grab that Pokeball for a quick ether. And then head over here eastward and then head up north. You do want to take this path to dodge the trainer there outside the grass right here. Hop around like this, stay to the left, and then boom. Not too many trainers we had to fight here, thankfully. Head inside the next city, Solaceon Town, and go heal up at the PC. The PC is right in the middle of the town, pretty hard to miss. Solaceon Town also has the breeding center in Sinnoh, so now you can breed here if you would like. Over right here, the NPC is hidden beyond all these characters. You can talk to the old man here, or walk inside this building to see the full daycare with the PC right there. Now I want to head over here up to the northeast part of the city and head over towards this ledge area. Head to the easternmost one and then head south. South and then hop over this one, but don't hop too far down. We can go grab this Pokeball really quick, I would presume. No, we can't quite get there. We'll get there on the way back, but let's head in here in this little Solaceon Ruins area. Head down the northeast staircase. Then head down the southwest staircase right here. And then go north. And you should be able to walk this trainer. Yep, just like this. Then head down this northeast staircase. Then we want to go northwest through this. West is the only place we go west really quickly here. Catch an unknown if you would like for the Pokedex. Don't want to have to come back here if possible. Unless your name is Fungus, then maybe you'd want to hang out here. But head west like we talked about up here. And then go southwest. Down here. And now we see this room. Let's just grab every Pokeball. We first get HM Defog, which is absolutely massive. Hell yeah. Then a Nugget. And then a Mind Plate, which can be relevant. That just boosts psychic moves by 20%. And then a Potion. Now, I recommend escape roping out of here and making sure you hit up the Pokemart and always have at least 3 to 5 escape ropes on you for each storyline. Hop over here, head back to the PC and heal up really quick if you need to. Or you can just go ahead and directly head north, up here through this little path. You do need to bike up this path, or you can dodge that trainer just carefully. And you can walk around these trainers, like so in the grass. Then keep going north and walk this trainer right here, just like so, heading to the east. Keep heading east. We're going to make our way over to this little staircase and bridge area. Head up here. Then I believe we do have to fight this trainer, so prep for that fight and go ahead and lock into it. All right, then after defeating that trainer, we need to dodge this guy. I do want to grab this Pokeball really quick, though. It is a max ether, which is pretty relevant. We'll go pick that up, head immediately south, dodge him, head over here, can dodge this guy, head straight across this bridge, then head west and then north off the staircase, then east and then cut this tree. We then do have to fight this guy. Or then after beating him, go ahead and pick up the Pokeball really quick, and we do need to actually hop down here for a quick sec. We want to go ahead and hop over this ledge, head up this staircase like so, and then head up north. Head north, down the staircase, and then east, and then loop around these trees like so. Head directly east. We're going to hop down south over this ledge, but make sure we dodge this guy. Head south. We do have to fight these two trainers, I believe. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick because I do have a Repel popped. We'll get a full heal, which could be relevant in the later Elite Four fight. Go ahead and engage in this double battle really quick. Once again, this fight is nothing to scoff at. It's actually a decently difficult double battle, so make sure you just heal up and stuff ahead of time. There's a lot of things to factor in here, as you can see. A lot of big, powerful, like level 25 Driftblim. The Weasel outsped me. A lot of things to factor in. All right, but then if you defeat those 2 trainers and continue heading east, we'll make our way over into the next town, Veilstone City. Boom, now we're here. Let's go hop over to the PC really quick and heal up. Right over here. Kind of a layered city. You do have to maneuver a little bit intentionally. We can then head directly over to the gym by heading down to the south little part of the city and then heading all the way west and then going up this little staircase, and we'll get stopped by one of our rivals. This guy will pop out of the gym and say, yo, what's up? And then as soon as the dialogue is done, we can actually jump inside the gym and begin the puzzle. Shout out to Bonefish Jr., who is clearly a very smart person, saying, yo, YouTube, remember to hit that like and subscribe button as well. Even go check out my other channel, Retro Pat, if you want to see more Petrowski content that isn't just PokeMMO. What a smart fella. But in seriousness, I do appreciate you watching, man. That is just such a kind way to say, yo, what's up? And I appreciate it, man. But continuing on, let's jump inside the gym and go ahead and first smack this big bag right here. Got to smack it over into these tires, which will then explode. Then we can follow this path over to the east, around over here, and actually run. Don't hit this if you can. Run through this little staircase and just run around like this, and then head up to the second punching bag and hit it forward like this. This puzzle can be a little confusing. Definitely take your time. Now we want to traverse around carefully up here, run around the bag like this, just like you can actually maneuver through there. So just run around like this, head over to this punching bag and hit it to the left. We're going to actually hit that to the left one more time, and then run south down here, and then west, and then south, and then west over here towards this direction, towards this one. And then we do need to fight this trainer by grabbing his attention here. All right, then maneuver around the backside of the punching bag like this and push it downward like this. Then come back down to it, follow it over here, and hit it to the east like so, smashing into these tires. Then head over to this little middle punching bag and get to the bottom south part of it and hit it upwards like this. And then we need to hit this one west. So get over to the east part of it and hit it west like this. And then head over to the top part of it and hit it down like this. And then once these 2 punching bags are positioned like this, you want to get behind this one and hit it north. And then follow that one you just hit all the way up and hit it east into these tires. And if you do all that, you can then head up here or maneuver around however you can over to this punching bag, going straight through this path would be my guess. Yep. Straight through this path over here, head over to the west side of this punching bag and hit it east over into these tires. And then just hit it east one more time, and now we can fight the gym leader. It's quite a lot, quite a long puzzle, but there you go. We did it, fellas. Now we can go interact with her and start the fight whenever you're ready. This is the 4th gym badge. If this is your first region, this is the gym badge that unlocks the GTL access, which is absolutely massive. All right, thankfully this fight was super easy for me. I just waterfall spammed through everything, and that'll get us the 4th gym badge, the Cobble badge. You should actually now be able to use the HM Fly, which is amazing, and you could also use the TM Drain Punch, and your match obedience level will get up to level 37. And whenever you're ready, you can just go ahead and hop on this nice little teleporter to get out of this gym, thankfully, and run out like that. We'll run into an NPC who says, hey, follow us, and we'll have to, you guessed it, follow them. And if you have a Fly Ocarina or a Fly HM from another region, you can actually go ahead and start flying, but we haven't actually gotten the Fly HM in Sinnoh yet. So if this is your first region, you really can't do this yet, but if you have an Ocarina or have a Fly Pokemon from another region, you know, you should be good to go ahead and fly around if you want to. But it's not as powerful since we don't have access to Pastoria City yet. As soon as we get that, we can actually take the dock to the other regions, and that really unlocks the mobility of Sinnoh. All right, but starting from this PC, you want to go ahead and head down that little staircase, head west, and then head north, and then head west, and then head north, and then you'll see the NPC right here. Go ahead and interact with them, and yes, you can help them, of course, take out Team Galactic. You want to say yes, you do want to team up and battle with them. After defeating these 2 in the double battle, you'll have a lot more dialogue to just hold Control Z and spam through, and then eventually the detective will show up and take us in the building. He'll walk you into the building and essentially show you around and how this is actually the HM Flies. We can go pick that up here in a quick sec. Run over, grab this Pokeball, and then bam, boom, now we have Fly. Now go heal up whenever you're ready, and we'll head south from this city. Hop on your bike, go ahead and head south from the PC, and just head straight directly through this little tunnel. You will run into a trainer right about here. I think they are mandatory. Yep, you do have to fight them. All right, but after she's defeated, we're going to continue south. You want to just, the name of the game here is just dodging as many trainers as possible. Just really do the best you can. Walk whatever trainers like this. But we're really just heading south and south and south over and over and over again. Take your time if you want to. Once again, we're just dodging as many trainers as we can. You're bound to get hit by some, and that's okay. Finding the best path we can. This guy's going to try to hit us. We're going to walk him just like that. Keep heading south, 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 just like this. Even through Valor Lakefront coming up. This is actually a shiny hunt spot if you want to go for Hound Hour / Giraffe Ridge, but it's a little outdated now that Giraffe Ridge has a ×5 horde spot. But continue heading south, 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 south. Even through this location, head up the staircase, head into this middle section, head west, ignore the rich prismatic pearl guy, head over to this center area, go south, south through this building, keep heading south, make it over to this beach. You can dodge this trainer, unlike how I did. But after dodging or defeating here, you want to head down here and follow along this strip of path on the beach. Head over here and loop around whatever trainers you can. So dodge her by going to the right. Go up here, head straight, head west. And eventually we're going to make our way over to Pastoria City. All right, then keep heading west through this little tunnel, and you'll make your way over to Pastoria City. And you should, once here, firstly, head inside the PC and heal up really quick. But once you're here, you can go ahead and actually traverse to other regions you've been to now. So now you should have access to fly. Now you have access to the docks. Now you have a lot of the mobility and the range and the benefit of unlocking these new regions. And it's just, it feels a lot more free. If you want to take a break from the storylines, right now is the best time to do so. And I usually encourage it. Storylines can be really draining and exhausting, but if you want to get it over with, get it done with, like I'm trying to do today, we keep pushing through. But whenever you're ready, we can head directly over to the gym and go for gym badge number 5, which we'll get stopped by Barry for a very close-up dialogue we see, and a big rival fight before the gym. Thankfully, that fight was way easier for me this time. With him defeated, I'm going to go heal up really quick one more time, and then go into the gym. For some reason, if this happened to you, it zoomed in my game. Okay, now it's fixed by running in and out of a PC. It was kind of funny that it stayed the same zoom level, though. If you ever have a problem with your zoom level, you can always go to the settings and check your GBA zoom level and your NDS reduced FOV. That is what would matter for being in Sinnoh or Unova or all the DS regions. And then your GBA zoom level affects being in Kanto and Hoenn, which is how I get slightly more impactful shots for videos like this. But back to normal, let's go on and continue on our storyline run. Into the water gym we go in Pastoria. All right, you want to start things off by running straight north and then west over these little floaties. Then head south and hit this big yellow button. That's going to drain a lot of the water and allow us to take this new path down the staircase, east and then north and then west and then north up to this big green button up in the middle here. Going to reinflate some of the water, which lets us then go down here, east, south, west across this floaty, up this little staircase south. We do have to fight this trainer to hit this big blue button here. All right, but after defeating him, we hit the big blue button, head south over this little floaty, and we do have to fight 2 other trainers in inflatable tubes, this one and this one in the blue and pink tubes. All right, then after defeating both those trainers, we can head north over the double little inflatable tube situation and hit this green button right here. Then head slightly east and south down this staircase and hit this little hidden yellow button down here. Then we're going to head north, all the way north, and then all the way north as far as you can go, then west. Then down a little bit west, go down south through the inflatable tubes, west, and then go up, north, up the staircase. We're going to hit this blue button past this guy right here. All right, now go ahead and hit that blue button like we talked about, and that'll open up a really simple, easy path over to the gym leader. Make sure you go ahead and heal up or switch around items or do whatever you need to do before you go ahead and fight him. Like, I'm not ready personally. I'm going to go ahead and throw a super potion at least on my Gyarados, and then my Gyarados did actually just learn Dragon Dance, so I don't need to rely on Choice Band anymore. I can actually go put a Leftovers on this big, silly water dragon and kind of pop off with that strat now. Especially against a water-type gym leader where my waterfall is going to be way less effective. That's going to be super important to change strats. All right, but let's go ahead and jump into it. This is the 5th gym badge. We're going pretty smooth so far in Sinnoh. Should be about 40%, maybe 50% done at this point, even though we're at the 5th gym badge. We still need to do like the Victory Road, the Elite Four, the Giratina fight. So you're looking most likely at around 40% done the region. Sorry if that's painful to hear out loud. I definitely don't love saying it. The only thing you're scared of here is if this thing has a Thunder Punch, but thankfully it doesn't seem to. It just goes for a Ice Punch, which is totally okay. 2 Dragon Dances will usually let you sweep pretty much every single trainer in all of Pokemon. His Gyarados is packing a Fire Blast, so if you have a 4 times weak Pokemon to that, be on the watch out. What an insane slot in. Typical PokeMMO trainer coverage, if you asked me. So we see a level 34 Floatzel, a level 31 Prinplup, a level 32 Gyarados, and a level 32 Quagsire. Unfortunately, I might be out of damaging moves here. If this thing has Water Absorb, let's check. Yes, it does. I'm going to have to switch out Pokemon. We should totally be fine. Don't worry, but kind of funny I can't kill this last Quagsire, as I am out of Crunch PP. I could take the time to, like, Ether here, but I'd rather just switch. I should be fine. This guy even gave his Quagsire a Leftovers. What a menace. That could be a difficult Pokemon to break through for a lot of teams. But there it is. That is the 5th gym badge complete. It'll give us a new badge. The Fen badge, a new max obedience level here in a quick sec. And then a TM. We also get access to Surf outside of battles, which is huge. We get TM Brine. Brine is actually relevant for the Heatran raid. So very happy to get a free Brine. We get max obedience up to level 43. And thankfully with the new teleporters, once you're done, we can just hop on the teleporter, get out of here, which is way easier than anything else, so hell yeah. Barrier will sprint down to you and say, yo, what's up? A fair bit of yapping happens, and then we can fly back to the center of the town and go heal up really quick. Then we need to head east and a little bit north of the PC, and apparently there's a Galactic Bomb that's about to go off, so he's going to stop us. We're going to see the whole world shake, and we've officially been hit, fellas. We see a Galactic guy run to the east, and we have to go chase him. We have to follow the Galactic Goon, who's going to tease us a little bit as we head to the east and try to follow him. We basically just keep heading east and following him, and every time we interact with him, he's going to say, hey, don't follow us, and we're not going to listen because we're a little creepy like that, I guess. I guess he is a wanted criminal, so maybe the stipulation makes sense. Keep heading east and then eventually south. You'll make your way down over to this little beach path and keep following him, interact with him again really quick. Says something about a big wallop, and he'll keep running east, and we just keep following him. This guy will yap to us for a little bit as well, and then he'll eventually run off, and then we'll keep heading east, head north, back up into that little lake rich place area we were at before, head up through here, bike into the city, should be able to head east over here, east right here, there he is, with the blue hair, hard to miss. Go ahead and interact with him, and then this time he will run north, and we're just still chasing him. Just follow him north. Go ahead and interact with him here, and then we will finally get to fight him. And now we need to spam through a ton of dialogue really quick as he runs off, as well as Cynthia shows up and wants to talk to us for a bit as well. Yep, just spam Control-Z through everything. And then finally, once Cynthia leaves, we need to fly over to Solaceon Town, which is over here, this little skinny city. Fly over here, heal up if you need to. We're going to head north. We need to go interrupt a Psyduck family by heading straight through here. And then boom, interact with them, use the secret potion, fix their chronic headaches, and then they'll peace out and live a happy life. And then Cynthia comes and punishes us for helping them by yapping. Now, before we head any further, make sure that you have a Pokemon that knows Defog before traversing to this next area, and I do not, so let's go grab one. As much as I adore you, Lamar Jackson, you're going to have to be put in the PC for the time being, unfortunately. I'm sorry, my king. Instead, I'm going to be grabbing this random Alpha Dragonite that I have and just teaching this Defog. You don't need to be able to use the Pokemon. As you can see, this Dragonite is well over my max obedience cap. You just need it to be able to use the HM outside of battle. So I'm going to go teach that to him and then head up north back to where we just were. And once you're back to this location, we can head through the grass just like so. Just keep heading north. Keep heading north. Grab this Pokeball if you want to. It's a free Hyper Potion. It's directly in the path. Keep heading north like so. And this spot actually unlocks one of the best single encounter shiny hunting spots in all of PokeMMO. You do need to pop expert lures to be here, like you would for any sort of good single encounter shiny hunting spot. But this spot has access to Scyther, Breloom, Sudowoodo, Mr. Mime, which are all 4 rare shiny Pokemon, as well as also having things like Cricketune and Roselia and other cool common shinies you can single encounter here. So I've spent a lot of time here personally single encountering. It's a great shiny spot. But for now, let's continue north, and eventually we'll reach a spot where you'll see where we need to go ahead and use Defog. Reach up here, go ahead and cut past this tree. We're going to start heading west, and as you can see, everything gets all purple, which you need to go ahead and go over to your Pokemon with Defog and click the move for. It will use the move out of battle like so, and now we can continue forward. I'm going to grab this Pokeball while we're here, because why not? It's a free red shard. We do have to fight this trainer really quick. Let's go ahead and spam through her. After defeating that trainer, we can continue west and then north a little bit and go up this staircase right here. You do have to fight. Ooh, we can dodge that trainer. Oh, or not. Probably should have walked. I think we can walk past that trainer if I'm not mistaken. Pro tip, don't try to Dragon Dance against the electric type as a Gyarados. My brain just slipped out of my head for a quick second. I kind of forgot. Whoopsie. Pro tip, do make sure you spam Cross Chop with your Primeape to absolutely kill everything. Pro tip, don't miss your Cross Chop. Pro tip, don't save your beat up Pokemon for the final Pokemon. Pro tip, don't die to wing attacks. Pro tip, don't get swept by a level 32 Scyther. Pro tip, Rock is super effective against Bug. Okay, unironic tip, don't be afraid to use things like revives in fights. They are there to help you beat the storyline. Like, that's where revives are mostly used. So I'm going to go ahead and revive my Gyarados, which will help me continue this path as well without having to go back to the PC and heal, which would be a lot more annoying. I do want to go ahead and hard switch over to Gyarados here. It shouldn't die to this Power Gem, but it might take decent damage. The Intimidate won't help because Power Gem is special. Yeah, we do live barely. This thing might be sturdy, so it is actually better for us to go ahead and use a potion here. We don't care about using our items in this battle. We only have one Probopass left to kill. I'm hoping it doesn't have Volt Switch. That would be... Okay, well, there it is to punish me, but that's okay. It was kind of a risk that I took. This Pokemon is known to have Volt Switch. It's kind of iconic with Probo and Nosepass. Now, I just have to make sure it doesn't crit, because I know it's going to have Sturdy. That's why I healed it. I know it won't have I know it will have Sturdy. I have to hope it won't crit here is the only thing. We get a flinch as well because we're just more talented. There we go. Easy peasy. Now we can finish this thing off with a quick crunch. Custap Berry on a trainer's Pokemon. PokeMMO, you devil. Okay. We're still going to live, thankfully. KO that. If without that flinch, we would have been obliterated. We might have lost. We might have been obliterated. We're going to take the Pro Pass. We're going to heal a ton outside of this fight. Because I believe we have 3 more mandatory trainer fights. So make sure to heal now if you need to, like me. I personally went ahead and put my Choice Band back on my Gyarados since it's better to just spam through a lot of these trainers than trying to set up Dragon Dance against all of them. But when you're ready, go ahead and head west and then south. We do have to fight this fighting type fella right here. All right, but after defeating him, we want to head west a little bit and then north/downwards through this little ramp and then head over here. You do have to fight this green-haired girl right here. All right, but after defeating them, you want to head up to this bridge and head all the way west. And this is the last must fight this old man right here. We'll make our way over to Celestic Town in a quick sec. All right, but then after he is defeated, we should be able to head left and we'll be right in Celestic Town here in a split second. You want to head down here, head over to the PC, and boom, we are safe in a new town. You can actually go ×5 Horde for Psyduck over here if you want to shiny hunt a nice little Scion Duck. That's what this person is most likely doing in this little patch of water. You can shiny hunt for Psyduck there with ×5 Hordes. You want to run towards the center of the town and try to head in the middle of it. You'll get stopped by this old lady who will, yap to you respectfully for a little bit. You want to continue forward up here towards the entrance of this cave. Go talk to this guy and kind of kick him out of here. Mess with him, of course. And he just pieces out without a fight, thankfully. Yap through a little bit more dialogue, head inside, and this elderly woman will teach you about the cave and teach you about the magic of Dialga and Palkia. So head inside the cave like that, run around the rocks, run all the way around over here, and try to interact with this little red square. And I believe she should pop back up. Yep, perfect. Just Control-Z through all the dialogue, and eventually one of the Team Galactic fellas, Cyrus, will show up. And we do have to fight Galactic Boss Cyrus, and I'm assuming this will be a decently difficult fight since he is one of the higher-ups. Level 34 Sneasel is the lead, a very fast, powerful Pokemon. That thankfully gets one-shot by Waterfall. Hell yeah, Gyarados strats. A level 33 Houndour, which will also get one-shot for sure. A level 36 Honchkrow, which could go for a Sucker Punch, but definitely won't one-shot me and probably should get killed in return. Yep, perfect. And then a level 33 Golbat, which if it has an Eviolite, could definitely live. This guy can be pretty tanky, but if it doesn't have an Eviolite, it should die to our Waterfall here. Yep, 100% damage. Perfect. This is such a good example of why it's so important to prepare for these storyline runs. Storylines are already kind of a pain in the butt, in my opinion. If you prepare your Pokemon to just one-shot everything, it makes everything so much easier. He will then peace out. You'll talk to her a little bit and head back outside of this cave. And we do get HM Surf there, which is super, super important. So now we can actually surf around, obviously, all the water parts of every Pokemon storyline run. You then want to head outside of the cave where Cynthia will stop to you and yap to you for a little bit and basically say, hey, go meet me over in Jubilife. And already, whenever you're ready, go ahead and fly over to Jubilife Town over in the bottom left-hand corner. And if you're like me and notice that some of your storyline Pokemon were getting a little underleveled, go ahead and denote, write down your max obedience level, and head over to a previous region if you have access to one, and do some XP training. That's what I just did. So a lot of my mons have just been upgraded off screen. Make sure to constantly keep your Pokemon up to a higher level if you can. That's the benefit of having other storylines done prior to, you know, the one that you're doing. It's massively easier versus your first ever storyline run. All right, but whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and head north a little bit and then west, northwest outside of the city. We're going to head over to this tunnel, head out here, and head over to the boardwalk area. We're going to use our newly found Surf HM to go ahead and hop on the water and surf over here. I'm going to grab this Pokeball while we're here, get myself a free Hyper Potion, but just continue surfing around. We're going to surf over to this section over here. See behind the rocks, we can surf again. Head over here, and then loop around this little landmass and hop off over here. Once you go ahead and hop off the grass, head over to this tunnel and go ahead and run to the left. You'll run into this scientist where you hold Control Z to spam through the dialogue. Then he'll leave you alone. You can continue west, head inside to a new city, Canalave City. Head up, hop inside the PC really quick, heal up if you need to, hop back out when you can. And then heading to the west over here, we'll run into another big rival fight with Barry. At this point in the storyline, he will have access to his Infernape or fully evolved starter Pokemon to counter whatever you picked. All right, and there is the rival defeated. A decently difficult fight. Once again, I recommend going ahead and XP training your Pokemon if you need to. He'll probably have a Snorlax in the future as well, since we go ahead and see that Munchlax at the moment, but that's just a call. I'm not for sure on that. There is that fight done with a little bit of extra Pokémon. Like, the Pokémon you get from storylines is really significant. Definitely don't sleep on it. 3K from so many different fights here and there is super, super nice. I also have more gyms to rerun after I defeat this as well. We're going to go heal up over at the Poke Center really quick before continuing. All right, after healing up, you want to make your way across this bridge, head all the way south, ignore the gym for now, head down to this guy and set sail with him. Anchors away. He will take you over to a new location, Iron Island. Let's go ahead and traverse the only place you can go in this area, up to this guy and talk to him. He will give you HM strength. And then after that, we don't need to hop in here yet. Don't worry. We can actually just fly back over to Canalave City with our newfound strength HM and go head over to the gym. Head inside and take on the gym whenever you're ready. You're going to start by heading over west. And I believe this guy is a mandatory fight. And if you couldn't tell by the decor, this is a steel-based gym. All right, then after him, go ahead and continue over east. And I think this guy, you might actually be able to skip him. I thought he was a mandatory fight, but I'm going to try to walk him. Yup. You want to head over to this little plus sign on the most northeast platform and go ahead and take that. Then loop around to the only place you can go, which is right down here to this platform, and take that down. Then you have a mandatory fight against this green-haired trainer. And then after one-shotting my least favorite Pokemon in all of Pokemon, very satisfying to see, we can continue onward. All right, the path is pretty easy here for a quick tip. There's only one way we can go. So you want to hop over here, hop on this platform, then hop to the left, ride this one across, come over here. It's the only place you can go. Hop over to this platform, and then we are at a crossroads. We want to take the north one, not the east one there, up here. And then ignore this platform and go all the way north. And then we do have to fight this guy. And a Thunderbolt from a Magnemite is going to take out my Gyarados. What a KO. Honestly, I deserved it. The perfect counter to a Gyarados is a sturdy Magnemite. My opponent just came to play today. Can't even be upset about it. We'll take him out with our Scrafty. Pick out the next Magnemite. We'll continue eastward. We have another guaranteed trainer that we do have to fight here. All right, then head east onto this platform. Head east again. We do have to fight this guy really quick. All right, then after defeating him, head down south through this little tunnel. Hop on this platform. Loop around to this one. Hop on this platform. And then head north to the only one you can. That'll bring us down to another mandatory trainer right here. Not a lot of trainers you can skip in this gym, unfortunately. But this is the final one, so make sure you're healed up and prepared after this guy. The next platform or two will take us to the gym leader themselves. All right, then hop around, loop around over here. And you'll see a red platform as you come down. This is the platform that takes us up to the gym leader. I'm going to potion up really quick before this, obviously. Make sure if you need PP heals. Only have 7 waterfalls, for example. Maybe you want to switch your choice band over to a leftovers. You know, get yourself prepared for this fight. I think I should mostly be good. Put like a quick claw on my Primeape or like a extra belt or something like that. A black belt to increase the fighting type damage. We'll head up here. Ready to go. All the way up through all the little steel platforms. And let's jump into the 6th gym badge in Sinnoh. This is leader Byron. He's got himself a level 38 Bronzong. which does have access to Psychic with a Psychic Gem to boost its power. Keep an eye out for that. It's an offensive Bronzong. Then in comes a Magnezone, level 38, which does have a Salic Berry if you get it in range to raise its speed stat, so be aware of that. Thankfully, our boy Isaiah likely is way too damn fast. Got the outspeed and the KO, and then in comes Steelix. Gonna go for a cross chop here. We do hit it, thankfully. And Steelix is also packing a Custap Berry, which procs at low HP as well to get an attack off. A level 40 Bastion comes in. Very tanky Pokemon with Steel type and Sturdy as well. Flash Cannon, a special attacking Steel move. And it does have leftovers, so you don't have to worry about Custap Berry with this thing. All right, with the last Magneton defeated, that is that gym done with. This should be badge number 6 here in a quick sec. Let's spam through all the dialogue. 3,840 extra Pokeyen. The Mine badge achieved. Gonna boost our max obedience level up a little bit as well. Up to level 46. And we can now use strength out of battle, but we already picked that up, thankfully. And we get a Flash Cannon TM, which could be relevant for certain niche mons. And thankfully, there is a new teleporter, which you can go ahead and jump onto and get out of here. And then go back to the PC to heal up really quick. And on the way out, we'll get stopped by Barry once again for a bit of dialogue. I went ahead and healed up really quick before following him, but he wants you to head over to this building. Go talk to him, head inside, and then go up these stairs. Then come sit. Oh, sorry, up another set of stairs, excuse me. Up 2 sets of stairs. And then over here, you'll have a little meeting with the crew. All right, and then like a big earthquake thing should happen once again. We're going to head out of this building. We're going to then fly over to Pastoria City. More dialogue, of course. But go ahead and fly over to Pastoria City over here. We're going to make our way over to Lake Valor. The best way to do so is by going over to Pastoria City, biking over to the east, following out through this tunnel, heading back over to that beach area we were at previously. Over here, head all the way down southeast, head along this strip of sand, and then go northeast up here through this little building. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick while we're here. A free yellow shard. But we're going to head into this building here. We're going to hop inside, take us through. It's going to bring us to that little rich area once again. We're then going to head like northeast up here and make our way down these stairs. And there'll be a little entrance right here. A little entrance over here. This is Valor Lakefront. A little entrance over to Lake Valor itself. We'll run into some Team Galactic members, as you can see. And you could ignore a lot of these guys and just run past them. Ignore the unfortunate fates of these Magikarps. Run down here to the southwest and fight this guy. After defeating this guy, we'll have to do a little bit of proper maneuvering. But if you maneuver around this guy over here and then dodge this guy, hop inside this little cave, walk up to this guy. This should be a big fight, I believe. So go ahead and make sure you're healed up and ready for it. But interact with him. It'll trigger a big fight. And we'll go ahead and obliterate him with the power of Choice Band Gyarados. Alright, but after you're done defeating him, he will essentially peace out pretty quickly here. We can go ahead and head outside of the cave and I believe fly back to Twinleaf City. So just bike outside the cave, fly all the way back to our initial starting town, Twinleaf. I'm going to go heal really quick so you can't actually heal at a Poke Center in Twinleaf. It'll be a bit easier to go to a Poke Center first and then fly there. You then want to fly to Twinleaf City. Head there, hop on your bike, and then head northwest. We're going to that lake that we were at the very start of the game. Head northwest directly over here. Hop inside like this, and we'll get stopped by Professor Rowan. You then have to fight one double battle with these two fellows right here. All right, and after defeating these two trainers, make sure you go ahead and heal up. For some reason, my Gyarados cannot stop getting poisoned. Then with some smart movement, we can actually dodge these two trainers, go ahead and surf on the water, hop around like so, and make our way over to this guy without having to double battle those two fellas as well. Let's go ahead and talk to this guy for a little bit. He needs to yap a bit to get some things off his chest. And then bam, we're introduced into one of the more bigger fights of the Galactic members. We see a Yanma lead. All right, after defeating him, we'll have to control Z and spam through some more dialogue. Then we need to fly over to Celestic Town. I'm going to heal up really quick. And you do need strength for this next section. Strength and rock smash. We're going to be inside of a cave. An escape rope would also be nice if you don't have one. So make sure you have strength on some sort of Pokemon. I'm going to throw it on someone here really quick. Go ahead and bike to the west of Celestic. We're going to bike straight over here, straight through here. Probably going to pop a repel when I reach this point. Go grab this free Pokeball. Get myself a Carbos. Keep heading northwest. Eventually, we will reach this little doorway right here inside of this cave. Head north up to this rock. Go ahead and use your Strength HM we just taught to our Pokemon. We then need to push this boulder upwards so we can pass through. Go up north. head west down this staircase. And we are also going to need Defog. Apologies for not mentioning it sooner. We're going to go ahead and use Defog here. If you have an HM Dragonite the way that I have, what I'm going to go ahead and do is essentially, if you have all these moves, you actually cannot teach HM moves over other HM moves in PokeMMO. So what you can do is teach that Pokemon a useless TM, a useless TM, a not good TM that you won't really use for anything else. Go ahead and teach that Pokemon some sort of shitty TM. Most Pokemon can learn Attract, for example, not a very powerful move. We'll go ahead and put Attract over Fly, and now I can go ahead and put Defog over that TM again. So using cheap, weak TMs, you can overwrite HMs like that. So now I can go ahead and use this Dragonite to Defog here. Then go ahead and head all the way north. All the way north. Just keep going north all the way to, you can't do any more. And then head up east up this staircase. And then head east and then north and then west. Outside this little west entrance over to this snowy area. We're going to keep heading west. West, 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 west. Like this will run into a trainer eventually. You probably could have dodged them going on the grass, so whoopsie on my end. Kill your Pokemon as needed. My Gyarados was taken out by the Porygon 2 with Discharge. Alright, then keep continuing west. Through these little trees, through the thick snow even. You will have to fight this trainer right here. Alright, after defeating them, if you keep heading west, you'll run into this steer. You can dodge the steer if you approach this carefully enough. He will come down here, so be careful. Yep. And if you dodge him like that, you can make your way over here. You can walk this trainer as well. If you're running, they will snap to you, but you can walk by them like that. All right, but continuing forward from here, you want to go ahead and head north up this little tree path, just continuing through the massive snowstorm, and you'll eventually get stopped by Maylene, and go ahead and span through her dialogue. And you want to follow this path carefully up northwest, like continuing northwest, because there's actually a HM rock climb, I believe, Pokeball, hidden in the snow up here. We're going to carefully maneuver to. Okay, we are now going to head straight for quite a while here, just straight in the path, occasionally going northwest. I'm going to go pick up this Pokeball, actually, since we're already right next to it, as a free blue shard. But you mostly want to stay going straight. Don't go for that one. Just stay straight. Eventually, you'll find this big, long tree, or long path of trees right here. It's a few trees or so. Keep heading straight. We're going to grab this Pokeball really quick. It's a free iron. We're going to keep heading straight forward. Straight forward. Head over left a little bit. Once you see this orange house, up here, you want to start straying a little more to the northwest and go ahead and pick up this Pokeball. And this should be, yep, HM Rock Climb. Perfect. And now we can go ahead and continue northwest. There should be a trainer up here. You can dodge the skier. Yup, watch. I almost got caught by him. Watch out for him. But if you watch out for him, continue north up here through this little path. Watch out for this fighting guy who's right there. Didn't expect him. Thankfully was able to dodge him. The deep snow will impact your movements. You want to head east then through this giant, massive snowstorm. Head all the way east, trying to outwalk this trainer if you can. I'm not sure if you can. Now, unfortunately, you cannot skip this trainer. You do have to fight her. All right, and after you are done fighting her, we need to just continue north. We're going to continue up north through this snowstorm up here. Continuing north, we're getting out of the snowstorm now. Once you walk up here, Barry will stop you from the top of the hill, just like this. He'll essentially yell at you for being slow, as he always does. We'll then head east. East through this little trutches of snow like this. Over here, and we're almost at the next city. Once you hike over here to the east, let's get over here. You can see the Pokemarts. We're in the clear. You want to head over to the Poke Center ASAP here. We'll come back for that Pokeball, but right now we want to just head over to the Poke Center. Head over here, hop inside, heal up. Beautiful. Perfect. We've marked our location. We are fully healed up. We can then take on the gym here in a quick sec. But it is time for gym number 7 in Sinnoh. Whenever you're ready, let's go ahead and head over to the gym itself. Hop inside. I'm going to turn off my reamplifier really quick. Go ahead and head inside here. And this puzzle is going to suck. I'm going to warn you right now. So let's take it nice and slow together, okay? You want to start here and head west and then go north. And then once you're stopped at this snow tile, you want to go east twice, where you have to like head across like this and break all the snowballs. Once you're stopped over here, you want to go back west. Once you're here, you want to go south. Once you are here, you want to go west back up to this little snow platform. Go west one more time, and then north. and then go north again up to this platform, and then go east right here. Then we're going to go south down to this platform, go east to break this snowball, and then back west, and then south, then go east to break through this snowball, and then east up to this side, and then south. We then want to head west to break this snowball, just like this, and head west to get up here, and then go south. And then we need to go up this little staircase and go west, and then south, and then east to the center. And then I believe we can go straight through like this. Perfect. Not too shabby. Didn't have to fight any trainers at all. Let's go ahead and jump into this fight. Let's see how it goes. Choice Band Gyarados. Let's see what my opponent has. Metacham can be a very scary Pokemon. It hits very, very hard. It's a little bit slower and not the bulkiest Pokemon in the world, but it does insane damage with its huge power ability. That's the thing you need to watch out for. So try not to switch against it if possible. It might go for a Thunder Punch here, but it's something I have to risk. Thankfully, we do just one-shot it beautifully. Weavile comes in, a very fast, hard-hitting Pokemon, but is also extremely frail. Usually has a Focus Sash on it in a lot of situations. Foul Play comes out, which uses the opponent's attack stat. Yep, there is the Focus Sash I was talking about. You often see it with that. So they are trying to use my attack stat to do damage to me. They do outspeed me. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my HM Dragonite here. It's a Pokemon that will instantly KO itself when it comes in, and it basically just gives me a free switch-in. A free tank. Always use sacrificial switches like this to your own benefit. You can do it a ton in PokeMMO. And now I can head over to my Scrafty and hope to get a Quick Claw proc and try to fish for my Moxie going from here. But even if I don't, I tank the attack pretty well, even though it's super effective. Now I get a Moxie proc, and I'll be doing way more damage. And a Cross Chop to obliterate the Abomasnow. And there we go. That is the 7th gym badge for me done. And there is the Icicle badge. I love the little jingle that plays. There we go. Level 52 is our new maximum obedience level. We can also now use Rock Climb HM out of the fights, out of battle, in the overworld. And then also there is the Avalanche TM, which can be relevant for certain niche things. Let's go ahead and hop on the teleporter to get out of here. Go heal up at the PC and continue with what's next. All right, now for this next section, you are going to need a Pokemon with Rock Climb. So make sure you pack something with that. You want to head over to the middle of Snowpoint City and head down south and then west over here. Just keep sprinting as best you can. The snow is going to slow you down sometimes. I'm going to grab this Pokeball because it's literally right here. Why not? Grab ourselves a free Ultra Ball and just continue heading west. And we're going to Rock Climb right here at this northwestern little location. Rock Climb up here. Grab this free Pokeball while we're here. Why not? We love a free item. A Reaper Cloth, sure. Then we're going to slowly trudge through the snow and then enter this little entrance to a lake over here. This is, I believe, the Acuity, Lake Acuity. Hop inside of here, check on Barry and this fella. Spam through a bunch of dialogue, and eventually they'll peace out. That we spam through some dialogue against Barry, who seems to have given up to some extent, which is rough. You hate to see the hyper character have a sad moment. We're going to use that as inspiration and head over to Veilstone City next, up in the top right-hand corner over here. We're going to hop on our bike. Make sure, so in Sinnoh's the only region, for whatever reason, you can walk on your bike. Do you see how I'm biking really slow here? If you press B again, look how much faster I go, right? So for some reason, make sure you're never walking on your bike. You always would be sprinting on your bike. I don't know why that's even possible, but sure. Head over to the east section over here in Veilstone City. Head up here and talk to this guy and sort of start beefing with Team Galactic. Now we need to head over to the warehouse in Veilstone City. I believe you want to head south and then west and then north and then west and then north. And it's this building right here. You want to hop inside of here. And if you try to interact with this door, yep, the guy will come out and help you with the key to get into this place. Kerchunk. We love a good Kerchunk. He's going to head down as well. We're going to grab this Pokeball really quick, get ourselves a free Dust Stone, and then head down this staircase ASAP, leading us to the Galactic HQ. You then want to head east as much as you can. There's going to be a few different trainers that you have to fight in here, like this guy. All right, then continuing east, there's another trainer you do have to fight. Just ignore this little opening and just head all the way east right here. Fight this guy. All right, then head east and then north and then east up this little staircase. There is a trainer you can dodge up here, so don't go sprinting through here. Hop around this guy under him like that, and then go up this staircase. And then head down here and west, and you do have to fight this trainer, I believe. All right, you want to then hop inside this west little platform right there, and then follow the only direction / only place you can go for a little bit. So go on that platform, go up these steps, go over left, actually, over to this platform. Don't go to these steps. Then go down these steps, and then head down here, and then go under to dodge the little trainer guy right there. You can go grab the Pokeball, I believe, and it won't bother him. Get yourselves a free dubious disc. Then head down this staircase right here. We're going to run pretty far west. There is a trainer here that will be looking to catch you. You want to make sure you dodge them. I believe you can walk them just like this. Go grab this TM Muddy Water. Then make sure you wait and walk this trainer to dodge him once again. Go grab this Pokeball right here, which has the Galactic Key. That one is crucial. You can now head over here and interact with this door and open this. Use the Galactic Key, yes. Make sure you dodge this trainer over here. Heading down this way and then walking him like so. And then head up this staircase right here. Then I believe you can just head out of here. And we're now going to... I'm going to fly back to the PC just to recenter myself. Fly back to the PC and then make your way back up to the little Galactic Storm place with this place up here. You want to go inside the middle door here. Interact with this thing with the new Galactic Key that we have. Head inside here, and there are 2 trainers we need to fight here. You could fight them in a double battle, but it's usually better to do singles. So I'm going to go ahead and interact with this guy first, and then fight this guy after. You're doing great work, by the way. I want to go ahead and take this time to say, great job. Storylines can be a pain in the butt, and you're getting it done, and that is commendable. Nice work. All right, then after defeating both these trainers, you want to head over here to this orange platform. Go ahead and hop on it. It'll take you over to this very concerning rally, where he is giving a speech to a lot of people in Team Galactic. We're going to let this scene play out. And please make sure if you see something like this at your local park, make sure to report it to the local authorities. Nothing that looks like this could be good. If somebody is organizing something nearby you and their people that are in their group are called grunts, it's probably something to be concerned about. But anyways, after that is done, they will all clear out. You'll spam Control-Z through all this. And now you can all use this as your secret base for your team, because it's clearly one of the coolest locations. You want to continue west over to this orange circle. I wonder if hopping in this bed, I bet you it heals you. Or not. You could find a Pokédoll here. Okay, I did not know that was there. I would assume this would have... Okay, on the left bed, you can take a rest. There you go. Go ahead and heal up if you need to. And now we can head up this staircase and go fight 2 mandatory trainers really quick. All right, then after defeating those 2 trainers, we can go ahead and head west. And you'll see 3 little confusing orange circles over here. Take the bottommost left one right here. That's going to throw us into this area. You want to go ahead and take this staircase upward. And then, as you can see, we'll run into Cyrus over here. Let's just go ahead and continue through this door with our new Galactic Key. We can run into Cyrus. And I'm assuming this will trigger a fight, but I'm not totally sure. This is where you get your Master Ball in Sinnoh. So we will get our Master Ball here in a quick sec. And yes, it does trigger a fight, of course, with Galactic Boss Cyrus. All right, then after totally dumpstering Cyrus, we can go ahead and follow him over to the east over here in a quick sec after a bunch more dialogue, of course. We do get our Master Ball, like I talked about, which is nice. Master Balls are something that are very valuable on a PokeMMO account. You cannot buy them, you cannot trade them, you cannot sell them, you cannot get any more Master Balls. You only get the ones from the storylines, so you usually want to treasure them and use them on like shinies that could kill themselves that you are prepared for. You definitely don't want to waste a Master Ball on a legendary or an alpha Pokemon in general, but obviously do whatever makes you happy. All right, then you continue over to this little orange platform and hop on this. I'm going to grab this Pokeball while we're running through here. A full restore, honestly, one of the higher value items you can pick up during the storyline, but continue on eastward through all these weird little wacky lab things, kind of cool, and then head up here through this door and then come talk to this guy right here who is doing some wacky experiment on the 3 what are they called, Uxie, Mesprit, the weird fairy Pokemon for Sinnoh, the lake spirits, I believe. As you can tell, I'm not caught up on my mythical / legendary Pokemon experience. I'm a PokeMMO player at heart, not a Pokemon one. I'm gonna blast through this fight really quick. Okay, that Drain Punch crit kind of fucked me. For some reason, this fight is way harder for me than the previous fight. Yeah, Drain Punch crit plus Fighting Gem. Huh. My mistake for breathing, I guess. Nothing like Primeape thrashing around to hopefully save the day. Yeah, we should be able to do enough damage here. Whew. Close fight, though, here. This might be the first fight in the entire Sinnoh storyline where I might lose. Things are getting really, really close here. I am down to my very last Pokemon with my Gyarados. I think I'm going to go ahead and go for my waterfall here and just get the KO. But this is looking very, very scary. I'm going to have to revive something here. Maybe get some potions up where possible. Artillery comes in. This thing very well is going to have like Seed Bomb, I think, which probably does more than 50% damage and probably is just too much damage for me to deal with. There is Thrash. I shouldn't need that. We're not going to learn it. I think my best bet here is to... What is my best bet here is the next question. I think I need to go ahead and use a Revive. Revival Herb to revive something like my Scrafty. And just hope that it can come in, take some damage, tank enough hits. Ice Beam coming out, freezing my Gyarados in the process. Ice Beam is actually good for me. I can just go ahead and Hyper Potion here, and then Ice Heal afterwards. Ice Beam does very little damage to me. There's the Bullet Seed I was scared of, but honestly, that did way less damage than I expected. Do I even try to thaw out? Knowing my luck, I'm going to go ahead and just Ice Heal. I think it's the better play. Ice Heal. If he goes Ice Beam in to freeze me again, I just flip the key. I mean, I don't... What do you even say? That's why we call it Petrowski luck. I'm either super lucky or super unlucky. That's how it is. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, okay? I think I am locked into Waterfall. I don't think this thing has Water Absorb. I'm just going to hit the Waterfall. We just one-shot the whole time. Did I crit? Okay, I was like, there's no way that normally one-shots. That looked like way too much damage. Okay. Ambipom comes in. It will go for a big fake out here, but I should totally be fine. All right, but there we go. We do one-shot the Ambipom. That is the fight done with. It was not an easy one, but it got done with. That's what matters. This is going to release all of these other, like, lake spirits, I believe. He sets them free here in a quick sec. If I'm not mistaken. At least that's what I thought what happened. So I have to, like, talk to him. Oh, I pressed the button. You press the button, of course. Press the button. Set all the lake spirits free. And now we can head out of here in a quick sec. Go ahead and make your way out of this building whenever possible. Head through this little platform. Then I believe you need to head down here, down to this green platform. That'll take you close to the beginning. Can I go grab it? No, I can't actually. Let's just go head through here. We should be leaving the building right now. Now we need to head over to Oreburgh City, strangely, and go heal up really quick before continuing. And I could confidently say you're probably going to need Strength, Rock Climb, Rock Smash. We're heading into a cave, so you're going to need a lot of those HMs for this next part. Go ahead and hop on your bike and then head straight north and then east over here and then north up here. Then we're going to loop around that same path we did previously. Actually, we can just I think, head straight through here. We might need to fight this guy. Nope, okay. Head straight through here, over here to this little entrance, and now we're in Mount Coronet. Now we need to head up here to this north part and surf, unlike we didn't do last time. Surf across like this. I'm going to pop a rappel. Come down here. We do need our rock climb right here to rock climb up through this little part. Head up this staircase right there. Go north and then west and come down to strength this boulder. Strength it down pretty much anywhere. You need to just be able to cross over here. So as soon as you can come over here, you're good. And then you want to follow this bridge up here. Come down the staircase, up here. I'm going to grab this Pokeball really quick as well. Get a max revive, one of the better items to pick up in the storyline. You love to see it. Head up here and over here across the bridge. Head down the staircase very slowly so you don't hop over these. Head up here. And then up to the top left, over to this little rock entrance area. Just talk to this guy for a little bit. And then eventually we'll be able to just walk through this. I don't know if it'll actually visually clear the debris. We do get the black flute for the storyline. And he lets us go. Yeah, the debris does not visually clear, but you can just walk through it, which is always confusing. Perfect. Okay, head up here. Head straight north from here. I think you can walk this trainer if you're better than I am. Now, please do make sure you have plenty of healing items and all the Pokemon you need and etc. up until this point, because we are making our way towards the Giratina dimension here. And that's going to be a very difficult fight. So please make sure you have everything you need at this point right now. It's better to turn back now and go grab whatever you may need as opposed to later on. After defeating that trainer, head through this cave. You can dodge this guy, but as you can see, it's a little tricky. You can do it though. Boom. Head down through here. Head over here, and then keep going east through the grass, and then go north, and we're going to rock climb, I believe, up here. Yep, go ahead and use rock climb. Head up here, go left once you're here. Another rappel, head through this grass, head left, and then north, west a little bit, and then north inside of this cave. Now we're inside of a cave. You want to then head north, rock climb up here. And you do have to fight. I believe there's two mandatory trainer fights, at least one right here. All right, fight that trainer, then head east and fight this trainer as well. After defeating him, we can head down here, down this little staircase, and head east along this straight path and head outside of this door right here. Then go ahead and walk over to this staircase and head down it and then go up. And then rock climb up, I believe, the western facing rock climb path right here. Go west and then west and then west and then west until you see this little cave entrance kind of hiding over here. Hop inside of here. Then head slightly south and then all the way east up another staircase. Then south, we have 2 more trainers we have to fight. All right, after defeating both these guys, head up this staircase. There should be another mandatory trainer. Yup, right here. But we are almost into the distorted dimension. Then, after defeating him, you want to continue heading north. I'm going to go ahead and potion really quick. We have a double fight coming up, I believe. We are almost there. This is the hardest part, by the way. This is the hardest part of the entire Sinnoh storyline. So if you are struggling, you know, it makes sense. And just try to get through. Make sure you have plenty of healing items, potions, PP ups. I'm even going to be using some XP candies up here to level up some of my Pokemon, since the max obedience is level 52. And these guys are super underleveled at 37, 38 and such. Now, it's very important that after defeating these 2 trainers, you take all the time that you need to potion up everything, to PP heal. Like, I'm going to use my XP candies, like, do whatever you need. Seriously, spare no expense when it comes to healing your stuff here. It's better to save time and not get absolutely fucked in the storyline than it is to waste the Pokeyen. You can always make the Pokeyen back, especially once you're done the storylines. It's never been easier to make Pokeyen as an intermediate player in PokeMMO or an endgame player. It's harder to make Pokeyen as a new player without storylines done. So getting those storylines done is crucial. I'm going to go ahead and use, I believe I have some ethers over here. Yup. I'm going to heal up this waterfall, for example. I might even heal up. I think I'm going to go ahead. Yeah. Heal up the crunch as well. I want everything fully healed up. I'm going to go use some XP candies as well. All right, but I went ahead and blew through a ton of XP candies on my Iron Man account that I had been stocking up, and boom, all of my mons are plenty leveled up now, thankfully. Let's go ahead. I need to put some Quick Claws, I think. That one's Quick Claw, Quick Claw. Quick Claw is honestly a powerful item, an easy one to get a ton of. I think we're ready to jump into this fight. It's not going to throw me into the Giratina fight immediately. We're going to get into the Twisted Distortion dimension first. And I'm actually going to do something that I almost never do, which is shut up and just let this audio play out. Oh, I have to fight them first. Whoops. It is a double fight with Barry. That's okay. This should be easy peasy with how much I've prepared to this point. All right, but now I will go ahead and shut up. Because this is a pretty darn cool scene in Pokemon, and you don't get to see it every day. I totally forgot that Giratina just flies at your fucking face. That is intense, man. Pretty beautiful for a Pokemon game made like easily over 10 years ago. What, 15 years ago? When did original Diamond and Pearl Platinum come out? 2009-ish? I want to guess. Pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. All right, but here comes the Distortion world. the most difficult part of Sinnoh, at least in my opinion. It's really beautiful. I think it is simultaneously the coolest part of Sinnoh, while also being the biggest pain in the butt, if that's fair. Apologies to all the Sinnoh lovers out there. I don't mean to constantly make fun of your region. It actually is a very cool region in a lot of ways. It's just not very efficient, which, you know what, efficiency isn't everything. So I get being a Sinnoh believer. Now, I will say, be very careful when you traverse the Distortion world and follow this path very, very carefully. My wife messed up the order of the Distortion world when she played PokeMMO, and it was so annoying to find back where she was supposed to be and what she was supposed to do. She quit the game for about 6 to 12 months, so don't make that mistake. Just follow along with me, okay? We're going to go ahead and start from this little portal right here. We're going to come down here and come over to the left, and then come down and hop over to where Cynthia is at. We're then going to walk on this little circle in the rock right there, just like this. She's going to talk to us for a little bit, and we're then going to hop across with her, across all these platforms, just like so. Simple stuff. Just hop across, follow her along these platforms over here, and then eventually you're going to see Mesprit, and Mesprit's going to go up here and sort of flip, one might say, distort the dimensions. You want to follow along this path, and then slowly head by clicking to the right over here, and it's going to hop you down. If you push down once you're there, it's going to hop you down. You want to then press right to go over here, and then go up, and then right, head over here, and then hop across these platforms like so, and then go in this little circle area. Then you want to hop over to this floating rock platform like this, go up on it. It's going to transfer you over to this next section. And once you're on it, you want to come over here and press west, or head over to the left, and then go forward by pressing up and then right over to Cynthia and start yapping to her. Yap, yap, yap. And then go right and then down. And then once you're here, go right until it distorts like this, and then go right. Hop over to this platform. Let's go ahead and continue going right by going right on the platform. Hop over to this platform and then go down. Wait for the animation. Go all the way down. Hop over to a new platform. Let it... I can't move for a sec. Let's go left now. Recenter on this next platform. And we want to hop across over to this platform. And then we want to go up like this. Go up. Hop across to this next platform. A little difficult to see, but you actually want to come to this east thing and hit the east thing. It'll take... the animation will be a little weird. Now you hop over onto this rock. If you move at all, it'll recenter your character on this left square. You want to come over to this middle one. Hit that, just like that. Now we're teleported to this new place. You want to go down, and it will summon this sort of different place. You want to come down, and then eventually Cyrus will intercept you. Eventually he will leave. You want to head south, and then east, and then north. Then as you go north, a little platform will appear. You want to hop over to it and then head east over here. And then head east and then south down here. A platform will appear. You want to head east and then south and then east. Hop over to this little rock place. Hit the little circle inside the little rock formation. Head up to the northwest and hop across these platforms. We're going to hop over towards this ledge. And I believe a lake spirit should appear. This is really important because it's letting us know we need to do something with this strength rock. This is where things can get a little confusing. You want to hop over the ledge. You want to push this rock into the hole, okay? Into the middle of nowhere. So push it like that. You want to then come around and down and hop across like this. Hop over this ledge to the left, come to the center and hop over to this section. You'll see another one of the lake spirits come over here. And you want to follow what they tell you to do, essentially. Come down here and strength the boulder in the center of this, okay? And then come left and follow along the only path you can for a sec. Oh, excuse me. I think I'm actually going the wrong way. All right, thankfully no mistakes were made. Apologies for that. We're going to head back around where we came. Head down over here and hop across like this. And then hop into this circle. Now we're in this big, like, little foresty area. We're going to hop across. We're going to go up and west, and then these things will like disappear in front of our eyes. We're going to head north and then east a little bit. and then north, and then east, and then north, and this will disappear before our eyes. We can keep going. And then we can head west, and this will disappear. And we can go north and west and stick to this little corner route, and this stuff will start to disappear. We can head up here to the very top northwest and go east. And just keep going east, and stuff will disappear. And then you go south down to this little section right here and hop across. And then hop on this little circle in the middle of that platform. Then come left, hop across over here, and immediately go south when you can, down here. Hop across here, hop down, head over east a little bit, hop over here, and then hop over here, and then go north, but not too far north, and then go east, hop over to this rock platform, and go in the center, like so. Then you want to go west, north, east, north, over to this water platform, surf through the water a little bit, make your way over here. You might hear a Gyarados stream. Hop over on this platform. And this is where things get even more tricky. You want to go right and then up and then right and then up. And go in this little center one and hop across like this. Now we're upside down. You want to go left and then press up or forward like this. Left and forward. We're going to surf on the water here. And you want to essentially surf forward. And then over to this waterfall. And then you just go into the waterfall. And it will set you back to this normal kind of angle. And once you're at this normal angle, I believe you want to go north. And then west. And we'll see another lake spirit tell you what to do. You want to go ahead and use strength and push it into the center like so. You guys are doing a great job. Strength the boulder in the center. Come up, left, down, left over here. I believe you want to hop in the center like so. And I believe we touch this little center platform. Yep. Hop on the center platform like that. Then go north. And then east, and then south. We'll see another strength boulder over here. We need to come to the right of it. Use strength on it. Then go ahead and strength it to the left. And then push it into this place right here with the lake spear with Azelf. And then we essentially do the same thing. So we want to come over here, over to this area. Come over to this strength rock. Push it down to the one where the lake spirit is at. So we're going to push it down. And then left inside of it. You want to then come to the bottom left. Come down here. Come down south and then west. Same thing over here. Find this rock. Push it to the left. Don't push it directly in. Push it to the left. All the way over to where the lake spirit is at. And then push that inside the hole where Mesprit is at. Oof. All right. That is a big pain out of the way. Seriously nice job. Now follow me south. And then east. And we'll see Cynthia over here. We can go talk to her. Control Z, spam through everything. She'll be alerted of something. We can hop across here. Hop in the center circle. And then Giratina is up ahead. This is a triple battle, okay? So make sure you are prepared. The first 3 Pokemon that you lead with are all going to be facing down Giratina. The positioning matters. Make sure you position everything the way you want to. I'm actually going to go ahead and move both of my Strafties up because I want my crunches. I'm also going to put some black glasses on these guys. I believe instead of the quick claws, I want as much damage as possible. Things that hit Giratina for super effective include things like dark moves, obviously, ice moves, dragon, and then also ghost moves. That is once again ice moves, dragon moves, dark, and ghost. I'll be utilizing crunch on my Gyarados and then crunch as well on both of my Strafties. We then want to hop forward across this little platform and meet up with Cynthia and Cyrus, who are both up here. Just go ahead and Control Z through all the dialogue. Control Z, Control Z. Eventually, we need to go talk to Cyrus and interact with him. And we do need to fight him before Giratina as well. The Duff, it's a tough gauntlet. All right, after defeating Cyrus, your Pokemon might be weakened like mine. And you will need to go ahead and use some more potions, more revives, and heal up. Just use whatever you have. I know this is an absolute resource dump, but you gotta do what you need to do to get through this. Oh my goodness. Thankfully, okay, I didn't know that. Thankfully, Cynthia will actually fully heal your Pokemon. Whew. I know the PokeMMO devs are stern and tough, but thankfully they're not evil. Okay, whew. This is a tough fight, but we should be able to take care of it with our Pokemon for sure. There's no way we lose to this, in my opinion. Whenever you're ready, though, go ahead and make your march forward. You just go ahead and go forward. I also have to believe, I could be wrong, I have to believe that if you lose to this fight, there is no way in Pokemon hell they make you come all the way back here through the Distortion world. Someone in the comments will need to either confirm nor deny, and I will give it a heart react. But I would write the devs a strongly worded forum post if you have to come all the way back through here. But it is time for Gyarados, ladies and gentlemen. Why do I keep saying Gyarados? Storylines break my brain. Giratina. Alrighty, fellas, it is time for the Giratina fight on the Iron Man account. I can only hope that I'm prepared enough. I can only hope that I have enough dark type attacks. Let's go ahead and jump into it. This is a notoriously difficult boss fight. I used a bunch of XP candies to give myself better positioning in this fight. I have 2 different Scrafties. I have Intimidate, Crunch, Gyarados. I am going for full damage here. I'm just going to hit everybody with Crunch and hope it's enough. We do 7.2 with our first Crunch. I'm assuming damage is capped to some extent or either massively scaled down. We get a defense drop. We have an attack drop. He goes for his first attack, which is a poison across my party, I would presume. Yup, that's okay. That's okay. Gyarados was only normally poisoned. Scrafties are badly poisoned. That's actually the first time in my Pokemon history that I realized there's different symbols for being normally poisoned versus badly poisoned. I didn't even know that. That's awesome. Okay. I'm honestly unsure whether I should worry about the ads or not. I think I'm going to try to not. I think I'm going to try to just crunch through them. I just did 28% damage with Crunch. I think I should just ignore the ads. Holy shit. Do I just win? Is the fight over? Wait, that's insane. Did I just was that 2 turns? Did I just 2-turn Giratina? Holy, okay, I didn't know that was, I was scared of this fight? What the fuck just happened? Excuse my excuse my foul mouth, but what? I was petrified, terrified. Use potions, use revives, break the bank account. That's the whole fight? Are you serious? PokeMMO breaks my brain. The storylines are so confusing. There were so many fights that were so much harder than that. 2 turns? Huh. Well, that's Giratina, everybody. Neat. I was expecting so much more, but that's okay. I'd rather expect something excruciatingly difficult and then it be an absolute cakewalk, okay? That's what you'd rather have. So let's just continue. Yeah, please let us go home, Cynthia. Thank you. I have to assume we just travel through this portal and go home, right? I can't imagine what else would you possibly do in this situation. Leap into the portal where Giratina was. Would you like to leap into it? Yup, let's leap into the portal. Boom. Takes us out over at Sinnoh Spring. All right, we now need to head over to Sandgem Town, I believe, over here near the beginning of the game. I'm going to hop inside the PC really quick and heal up. All right, now we can head over to the Professor Rowan's lab right here. We're going to go inside and just Control Z and spam through all the dialogue and yapping. Now we're going to fly over to Veilstone City in the top right-hand corner on the map. Hop on our bike and head down to Route 214. We're making our way over for the 8th gym badge here very soon. Go ahead and come down here and just head all the way south through this normal path. I'm going to grab this Pokeball while we're here. A match repelled for free, sure. Just keep going all the way south, down, 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 down here, down here, down here, all the way south. Keep making your way, whatever's the fastest for you, all the way down here, all the way down south. Keep going south, down till you reach this the Valor Lakefront area, the Rich House Place. You want to then come over here and head east. And then head over to the east towards this direction. Then we're going to head east through the beach, sticking to the top side. And we can actually dodge this trainer by rock smashing this. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to rock smash, head east, east, east. We do have to fight this one trainer. But we are making our way over to Sunnyshore City, and we're almost there. All right, once you're done beating him, go ahead and keep heading east. Head over here through the little tunnel. We'll make our way over to Sunnyshore City, and this silly-looking fellow will go ahead and stop us. We'll go ahead and Control Z and yap with him. Once he's done yapping, you can head over east and head inside the Poke Center, heal up really quick. Then head outside of the Poke Center, head over west, head up this little staircase, head over here, and then south, and then east. All the way over here, we're going to head inside of this building, this little like lighthouse type beat. Go in here. Go talk to this guy who's looking outside the little goggles. Control Z through his dialogue. Now we can go through the same little elevator and leave. And now the gym should be reopened. We can hop on our bike, go over here, go north, go east a little, go north again, go west once we get here. And then over here is the gym. We go talk to this guy. Control Z through his dialogue. He's actually one of the Elite Four members we'll fight later on. But for now, I want to hop inside of this gym. Go north and then east and hit this little button. And then go south. And then back onto here and hit the left green button. And now we can make our way through here. Perfect. This is obviously an electric type gym. So the fact that I'm leading with Gyarados, not great. Shouldn't do that. Don't recommend it. Even though we can one-shot a lot of these mons, it's just not worth the risk. We're going to switch to something like Scrafty. This is definitely Gyarados' weak point. All right, once you're done fighting this trainer, go ahead and go through this door. Come over to this blue button. We have to hit on this multiple times. So 1, 2, 3, just like that. Now we can come loop around over to the staircase. So you want to come right and then south, and then head over to this staircase over here. Head across like this and fight this trainer right here. All right, and then after defeating this trainer, we need to go step on this blue circle once. Go east, hit this green circle once, and then go south and east and come over to this staircase. We do have to fight this trainer really quick. Alrighty, you want to then come down a little bit to loop up onto this staircase. Come straight across like this. I think this Pikachu will actually fight you. You might be able to walk it though. Yes, walk around the Pikachu, head through this door, then go straight and come hit this red circle to the right over here. Then come down, make sure to walk this trainer, come west, come up, and then come hit this red button to the left. And then you will need to come down and fight this trainer really quick right here. And we do have a mandatory other trainer to fight after her as well, so make sure you're healed up. Then after you defeat her, hop up on this yellow staircase and head straight north. We are going to have to fight another trainer right here, this fella. Alright, then after defeating him, you want to head over here and hit this green circle at least once. And then we're going to come down, I think, and hit it again. Yep. Come hit it again like this. And then come southeast, just go straight through this lightning. Northeast, come over here and hit this blue circle once. And then go north over to this yellow staircase and come down and fight this trainer. This gym definitely has quite a lot to it, but it is the 8th one, so it makes sense. We're almost done. All right, then head all the way south as far as you can down this little staircase. And you can actually walk this trainer, I believe. I didn't know that until I saw him turn like that. I'm going to try to walk in there. Perfect. Then head up there and walk on this red circle. And then come south and get back on this staircase if you can by walking him. Beautiful. And then head north, basically back to where we came. And you can loop around like this over to the gym leader. Make sure to heal up really quick. Have whatever you need done. And then go ahead and jump into the gym leader whenever you're ready. This is the 8th gym leader in Sinnoh, fellas. We are pushing towards the end. I just missed a crucial high jump kick. Oh, no. That just put me from 100% chance to win this fight to at least 50%. Much less. I now can't outspeed him. I have to actually switch Dragonite here for the sacrifice switch. That was really unfortunate. I really needed... That was the first high jump kick to miss in the storyline, so it makes sense. It was bound to happen, but damn. That one hurt. I need something fast, so I probably end up going Primeape here and just honestly hitting CC into this and hoping I do enough damage. Let's see. It looks like CC did 93. That should kill, I think. I think it was chipped a little bit. Perfect. Okay. And what is the final Pokemon I could even switch out here to reset the stat debuff on Primeape? Is that worth it becomes the question. I don't think so. I might be faster than Raichu. It's really close whether I'm faster or Raichu or not. Thankfully, I am. There is no Focus Sash on this thing. What? Oh, it was Focus Sash and Static Ability. Okay. I was like, that thing just naturally lived at that HP. But no, we made it. We made it. It raises its attack. We are going to be outsped here. I think we just have to sacrifice. Nothing we can do. I could go for a revive here on my Gyarados or something, but I don't know if it matters. I'm trying to think. I could go for a potion. I should do something. I'm not going to outspeed. I'm just going to potion my Scrafty in the hopes that maybe it can live one attack from this thing, which it very well might be able to. It went for a reversal. Is it crazy? I guess it worked there, but reversal is not a good move. Yeah, okay. I think I'd go Heracross first to see if I get a quick claw proc. But other than that, Am I jolly? I'm adamant. I probably get outsped. I'm going to go Brick Break. We do get the Quick Claw proc. Beautiful. Dude, Quick Claw, don't sleep on it in the storyline run. Really, really easy to just throw on a bunch of mons. Oh, there we go, man. Beautiful. 8th gym badge achieved in Sinnoh, at least here in a quick sec. 4,700 extra Pokeyen. I'll take it, man. Up to almost 1.5 mil on the iron. Hell yeah, dude. There is the Beacon badge. As soon as the dialogue finishes. New max obedience level cap of 60. I'm actually going to have so many Pokemon in my boxes that I can use for the Elite Four. I don't need to level all these guys. I'll have plenty of extra mons. Charge Beam TM. Perfect, perfect. Take the teleporter whenever you're ready to head out of here. And make sure to go heal up, of course, at the closest PC. I'm also going to head over to my PC and grab whatever other Pokemon I might need. Now that my max obedience is significantly higher than it was, you want to take advantage of that if you have other Pokemon. All right, I have revamped my team entirely for the rest of the storyline. We are fully on Gyarados squad, all my different kings over the different storylines that I've done. Level 60 on a few of them. And then I have 4 different Gyaradoses and then a Gliscor level 59 that is decently competitive. And we'll see how this does us towards the Elite Four. But first we have to get there. But whenever you're ready to go ahead and leave and head towards the Elite Four, go ahead and head north in Sunnyshore City while you're on the ground. You'll eventually run into Barry, and I assume this is going to be one last rival fight before making over your way to Victory Road. You're probably going to need things like Strength, Rock Smash, and other HMs as well. So make sure that you're prepared for any sort of cave HMs. And we do get HM Waterfall from this girl here. As I'm talking about that, perfect timing. And you do need that to actually get access to the Victory Road itself. First, though, I'm making sure I have things like Fly, Strength, Rock Smash, and Waterfall, and Surf. Let's go ahead and teach one of these Gyaradoses, I guess, Surf in an off slot. We'll put it over Rain Dance on this one, and just go ahead and go from here. Continuing forward, I'm going to go ahead and pop a Max Repel as well. We're going to go ahead and just start heading north while staying to the left as much as possible, dodging that trainer there, dodging this one over here. Staying north, but to the left. I believe we do have to fight this guy and maybe this guy. You can't make it through here, so go ahead and fight this guy. Or then whenever you're done with him, go ahead and go north a little bit, but then stick to the east this time. You can actually dodge these two trainers with good movement, hopping over here, and then staggering your movements forward. You can go ahead and dodge her as well, and hop over onto this little area to the left of this guy. Go ahead and land on the little outer skirts right over here. You want to come around, surf again, hop over here, and then head over north. Go ahead and re-surf on the water here. And now we need to go ahead and once again head north. You can dodge this trainer, I believe, if you position it correctly. Yep, time it correctly. There's a free dive ball there. That's probably not worth stopping to grab, but go ahead and re-surf on the water. You can make your way once again north up towards the waterfall, dodge that little swimming trainer. Go ahead and waterfall upwards. We can unlock a PC here as well. Go ahead, hop inside, hop back out, and then make your way inside the Victory Road for Sinnoh. Let's take this step by step. Max repels are recommended, and you're also going to need rock climb. I'm actually going to go ahead and teach rock climb to my Geodude down here. Perfect. So you're going to go ahead and head in here. I'm going to pop in the repel. Go north, and then east all the way across this bridge. And then north again, and then east over to this rock climb location. Rock climb down here. Head west, south just a little bit, and then more west. Go up this staircase here. I think there is a mandatory trainer. Yup, I don't know if you can walk her. Mandatory trainer right here. And Gliscor is putting in work. This is the Gyarados strat in full effect. I led against a Magnezone, 4 times weak to electric, switch over to my ground immunity. Perfect, there we go. All right, now we can continue forward, go up north, go west, up these 2 staircases, in here. And then once you're in here, you can go ahead and rock smash this rock to the bottom left part right there. Then head south and east and strength on this boulder down here. You want to strength this boulder down, then the one to the left of it left, and then this one down, so you can go ahead and push through, just like this. Then we do need to go ahead and fight this trainer. Get it out of the way so we can push these rocks properly. All right, when you're ready, go ahead and use strength on this rock. You want to push this rock down 1 tile. Come around and rock smash this rock very carefully. Then we're going to push this rock back up 1 tile, basically back to exactly where it was. Then you want to head over east and rock smash this rock right here. And then I believe we do have to come fight this trainer in a quick sec. So come over here and come fight this mandatory trainer. All right, then after you defeat this trainer, bike over here to this rock, to these strength rocks. Go ahead and I believe strength this middle rock here. Push it over to the right by 1 like that. Then head up here and try to go left immediately so you dodge this old guide trainer. Head over down this staircase over here. And I believe the only place to go is east from here. Come rock climb on this location right here. Go south, go west, go north, go east. And then fight this mandatory fighting type trainer. Thankfully, he just has one singular Machamp. Then continue heading east down this little staircase. Head east down another staircase. And then over towards the water. Come over to the most east section of the water. And go across like this and fight this trainer really quick right here. Alright, after defeating that ghost/psychic type trainer, go ahead and heal up if you need to. My Gyarados is actually getting a little low. I'm going to go ahead and use one on him. We're going to go ahead and surf up north like this. Use waterfall right here. Hop up here, head over west. We do have to fight this trainer. Again, so many trainers, unfortunately. And we're not done yet. We have a few more mandatory trainers to fight. This is a dragon tamer, just a little bit of a heads up. Alright, after defeating the dragon trainer, go ahead and surf on this water. Head west and then south. And then over up this staircase to the west like so. Head west until you see this old man and head directly south, and we do have to fight him. Alright, as soon as you're done fighting him, go ahead and head south and then east and then rock climb at this little section right here. And then once you're up here, we do have to fight this trainer as well right after. But this is the final trainer. This is the final trainer. We are steps away from being outside of this damn cave. Alright, there is the final trainer defeated. If you just head north, across the bridge, and then west, you can see the giant opening. We made it, fellas. You could surf on the water here, waterfall upwards, and then you can hop inside the Pokemon League in Sinnoh. I strongly recommend healing immediately. I also strongly recommend taking a break. And then I also strongly recommend XP training all of your Pokemon to get them to level 60, max level, moveset them, use proper items, take your time from this point forward to get everything the way you need it to take on the Elite Four. You could go ahead and Sweet Scent and use the hordes of Pokemon here. I'm assuming Tentacruel or other high-level Pokemon to XP train all of your Pokemon if you need to XP train. Within this region itself, if you have other regions done, I recommend flying to Pastoria and go to those regions to XP train, but make sure you don't go over the max obedience level. And then I will see you guys whenever you're ready to take on the Elite Four fights. Also, absolutely make sure to stock up on whatever potions, revives, antidotes, paralyze heals, ice heals, etc. you may need. Or it's super important to note there actually is one more rival fight before you head into the Elite Four. I did not know this, but if you try to walk into the Elite Four or like towards that location, Barry will sprint up to you super fast and challenge you to a fight, okay? So there is one last rival fight before the Elite Four fight, just good to know. There's a Staraptor, a Roserade, and a Snorlax so far, all level 48 to 47, 49. Alright, but enough talking. Today's the day. Let's go ahead and take on the final Elite Four on my Iron Man account in the Sinnoh Elite Four for you guys. Best of luck. I hope you have a sturdy Stealth Rock Pokemon in the lead of your party. A nice little Quick Claw helps out tremendously here. They're checking to see that we have all of our badges. Of course we do. We aren't a fraud. Let us in. Let us fight the 4 top dogs. Okay. They're letting us through, fellas. Up the elevator we go. And let's stop right before the first door because I have something important. What I am showing you now is one of the most underrated, hard to find, coolest resources that exist for PokeMMO over on the forums. This was made by Best Friends, a notorious forum text guide maker for the PokeMMO forums. This guy puts in so much work to make all the text guides. Very, very talented. Just wants as many resources out there for PokeMMO. And this goes over every single Elite Four members team in details for every single region. Right now, I'm obviously looking at Sinnoh specifically, but if I like hide these contents, I can see the entire Elite Four team. And we can even go over to like Unova and the rest of the Sinnoh storyline. This is a must-use tool for Nuzlocke and complicated runs. We can go see Unova with Bianca, Sharon, and even N teams at different stages in the game. But this one is the one I'll be focusing on today. This will be linked in the description. If you're in a Nuzlocke, if you're in a challenge account, if you're on an Ironman account, if you need every little resource you can get, even on a main account, like this just helps you. If you're stuck in the Elite Four, this helps you amazingly, and it's so important. So I'm going to look through and just prepare personally right now. Right? We're going into Aaron's team. He won't lead with always, but the lead is random. But he will have himself a level 54 Drapion with a sniper ability, Black Sludge item, Crunch, Poison Jab, Earthquake, Ice Punch. These are the most important things to keep an eye out for is the Pokemon, the item, and the moves. Vespa Queen with Attack Order, Acrobatics, Heal Order, Power Gem. Flying Gem for that acrobatics boost. We have to watch out for that. Heracross with Flame Orb, so he's Guts. Close Combat, Mega Horn, Stone Edge, Shadow Claw. This guy can do some damage if we can't outspeed him. Yan Mega with Focus Sash. Watch out for that. Bug Buzz, Giga Drain, Psychic Air Slash. And then a Scizor with White Herb, Bullet Punch, Bug Bite, Roost, and Close Combat. I'll be going over each Elite Four member's team right before we fight them, and that is only possible due to best friends. All right, but let's go ahead and jump into our first fight. I love my Stealth Rock lead. This should be Aaron, I believe is his name. I'll be taking you guys through every single step. Here we go. Drapion lead. We know about this Drapion. We know it has Crunch, Poison Jab, Earthquake, and Ice Punch. We flash our Quick Claw too. I'm going to go ahead and set up rocks. And then if he flinches me with this Ice Fang, I still have another chance actually. Freeze would be unfortunate. Nice. We get our rocks up. For those who don't know, rocks are super, super good against super powerful. We just let this thing, we sacrifice this thing now, but rocks are super good against Elite Four members because it allows you to get a bunch of chip damage, break focus sashes. There's a lot of bug flying types that'll take like 50% damage on switch into these rocks, like Yan Mega and Vespa Queen when fighting down Aaron. Next up, the question becomes, do we want to set up against this? Do we want to bring in a setup Gyarados, aka Zoomer, who wants to set up Dragon Dances and pop off, or Boomer, who wants to punch a hole through things with Choice Band? Set up or boom. Even though Drapion's a very offensive Pokemon, and I'm kind of scared of the sniper ability, being able to get an Intimidate switch in with my Zoomer Gyarados, and then go ahead and go for one Dragon Dance, he can only really hit me with, I was honestly the most scared of Poison Jab there. Ice Fang is totally fine, only did 8% damage as you can see, which is honestly ridiculously low. I think I'm even going to go for one more Dragon Dance now. And this should totally sweep the entire fight. I think even one Dragon Dance there might actually sweep the entire fight. 2 makes it unbelievably guaranteed. If he froze me there, that'd be really unfortunate, but that's the risk, I guess. This should unbelievably one-shot. Yeah, Waterfall will one-shot, and then after everything takes chip damage from Stealth Rocks, everything will get one-shot as well. I'll just show you guys the clips from the KOs from here on. Also, here's Vespa Queen taking 50% chip damage from the rocks. Yup, that's insane. And here's me destroying the poor Bee Queen. In comes Yan Mega doing the exact same thing, breaking its focus sash and taking 50% damage from the rocks and getting obliterated and outsped. Then Heracross comes in, taking about 25 or so percent, a little bit here. And then Waterfall should absolutely one-shot. Yep, obliterated. One Pokemon left. Scizor, my most hated Pokemon of all time, still should get obliterated by this strategy. See you later. Even though it's a pretty bulky boy, even Scizor can't survive this. And that is already the first Elite Four member defeated. That is preparation meets execution. I mean, to be fair, the execution's really easy. You just set up Stealth Rocks and set up Dragon Dance and pop off. But there we go. Elite Four member number 1, dead. All right, before we head into Elite Four member number 2, let's go ahead and see her team. If you don't know, after you defeat every single Elite Four member in PokeMMO, your whole team gets healed, which is why setting up Stealth Rocks is so good. There's not really a downside. You don't have to constantly spam revives to get it back up. All right. Bertha is some sort of rock ground. Yeah, ground type Elite Four member. I haven't done this in a very long time, so I'm honestly just adjusting to a lot of this on the fly. They do have a Pasho Berry. I'll have to Google or check what that does. It's going to reduce, I assume that's the one that reduces damage taken from water type moves, perhaps. Yep. Weakens super effective water type moves. That's what that does. This guy has Earthquake, Avalanche, Rock Wrecker, Aqua Tail. Okay. There's a Gliscor with Flying Gem Acrobatics, Thunder Fang coverage on the Gliscor. Really important to know that when using the Gyarados strat. It's a great example of why this X-Ray sheet is so important. Roost EQ, Hippo with Earthquake, Ice Fang, Slack Off, and Toxic. Golem with Custap Berry. The Golem is a menace. Golem with Custap Berry, Stone Edge, Sucker Punch, Stealth Rock. So he can actually go for a Stone Edge, hit it, get hit down to 1 HP with his Sturdy, use Custap Berry to then Stone Edge again, killing the Pokemon, and then Sucker Punch against the next Pokemon that comes in or something ridiculous. You can do a lot of crazy stuff in that scenario. Okay, Wizcash with a Rindo Berry. What is Rindo? I assume it's another, I bet it's reducing grass attack, would be my guess. Weakens the super effective grass attack. Okay, so Rindoberry is going to prevent Whiscash from being one shot by a 4 times effective move, most likely. Does not have water absorbability. That's very, very important. No water absorb, so my Gyarados can waterfall into it. These are the important things to check. Okay, I think I have all the information I need. Let's go ahead and jump into this fight. All right, it is time for Elite Four member number 2, Big Bertha. Let's see what she's got to offer today. The main thing I'm scared of is Gliscor's electric coverage in Thunderfang. Also, Golem has a pretty insane set. Golem has access to Sturdy Custap Berry, so I actually can't get the... That's actually unfortunate. I'm not going to be able to... I got my Quick Claw. It's honestly relevant. Well, actually, I don't think he could have... I don't think he could have killed me through my Sturdy, so that's actually fine. Beautiful. We'll take it, though. Unfortunately, I can't break his Sturdy now with... If I can Quick Claw Rock Smash to break his Sturdy, that would be so good. Okay, I only one Quick Claw proc is understandable. I definitely want to go either Gliscor here or my Boomer Gyarados. I think I go Boomer Gyarados and use the Choice Band element here. I don't want to set up against this thing. This thing has Stone Edge, Sucker Punch, and Custap Berry, which is all very, very annoying to work around. So even though I Waterfall it down to 1 HP... It could hit me with a Fat Stone Edge. Yup, it could hit me with a Fat Stone Edge, and now he's actually going to Custap Berry Stone Edge me as well, which would kill me. That's the fear, right? So now instead, I need to actually go Glorp. Glorp strats coming in strong here. He missed the Stone Edge anyway, but this is still the better play. And now I can just go ahead and like EQ or even U-turn. The beautiful U-turn into this thing. So this is exactly what you would do in like PvP as well. It's a perfect display of how you would use Pivot Gliscor like this. And now I would go back into either Setup Gyarados or Boomer Gyarados, depending on what he goes into. I'm going to go the Zoomer Setup Gyarados and hope to be able to... But if he goes Gliscor here, it's bad for me. If he goes Gliscor, I need to switch out. Yep, that's exactly... Okay. So he's probably going for Thunderfang here. I'm going to, and I can't switch to any Gyarados on Thunderfang. I just go straight to my Gliscor. Tank the Thunderfang. Yup, absolutely predicted. Outplaying an AI. Who would have thought? Who could possibly do that? I know, amazing stuff here. He's going to Acrobatics. I think he wins the Acrobatics race because he has Acrobatics Gem, I believe. Yup, he has Acrobatics Gem. But I have Poison Heal. So, does he have Roost as well? He also does have Roost. He brings in Hippo. He's going to set up Sand. Hippo does not have Thunder. It has Ice Fang. Okay, so, dude, the AI is fucking smart. He's bringing in Hippo here so that he could Ice Fang my Glorp, because it's 4 times weak to Ice. So now I can just U-turn. I don't need to hard switch Gyarados, which is awesome. I get to U-turn here over to Gyarados. He's going for an Ice Fang. I'm going to go my Zoomer Gyarados, get an Intimidate off, which is relevant-ish for the Ice Fang damage as well. It'll do very, very little to me. And now I can go ahead. Ooh, he did crit. I think now I go ahead and D-Dance. We chipped down the Gliscor enough. Now I should be able to D-Dance that I played around the 1 counter, which was Thunderfang Gliscor. He could Toxic me here, which would be kind of annoying, but I think it's fine. I'm just going to go for 1 D-Dance here. I think 1 D-Dance is all I need, actually. Whiscash might be able to live the 1 D-Dance, but it will only be able to Scald me, which is okay. I'm just gonna start waterfalling. I think this is the whole fight done with. I think we just won the whole fight off this. This was like we actually had to use our brain and play around like multiple things, playing around the Thunderfang Gliscor. If I really just smashed my head into the wall, I probably didn't need to do all of this, but it feels a lot more fun, and it definitely gave my much higher chance of winning. There's a percentage where a crit happens or like something goes wrong where I could lose there, but not the way I played this, not the way it worked out. We still kill. Wow, honestly impressed that I still kill Whiscash there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay. Down to Rhyperior and Gliscor. Rhyperior, I always think Rhyperior is a Pokemon that has access to Sturdy, but it doesn't. It actually doesn't have the... I don't think it has the ability, but I always think it does. It might live here, yeah, because of the Pasho Berry. That's okay. So it actually is going to live... Wow. That beautiful Pasho Berry. And even if this kills my Gyarados, it's okay. I think it does. Actually, do I live like 1? No, it kills me. Okay. It does kill my Gyarados. Now I can just go to my Choice Band 1. I don't think Gliscor outspeeds... This is my naive one. My Choice Band 1 is my naive one, which is relevant. This guy does not have any sort of, like, priority. He doesn't have any sort of sucker punch. No Custap berry. Now it's GG's. We just waterfall the Glistor. This was a good fight, though. In comes Glistor, more chip damage from the Stealth Rocks, and in comes the Waterfall, obliterating the little bug fella. GG's, man. That is the Elite Four member number 2 defeated. All right, next up is Flint's team, who is packing a level 54 Mag Mortar with Thunderbolt, which will definitely be a problem for my Gyarados and Air Balloon, so I can't Earthquake him with Glistor. Important piece of information to be aware of. Then a Flareon with Power Herb, Flare Blitz, Superpower Quick Attack, and Dig to boost with the herb. Flash Fire as well. Infernape with White Herb, CC, Flare Blitz, Thunder Punch. Look out for all of these Thunder type attacks to cover for your Gyarados. And Fake Out. Very relevant information. Rapidash with Wild Charge, Drill Run, Will-O-Wisp, Flare Blitz, Expert Belt, and then Houndoom. All this Thunder coverage. Houndoom with this might be the toughest fight for me, actually. This might legitimately be the next toughest fight for my Gyarados strat in the whole Elite Four. Okay, that's all the information. I'll check the spreadsheet if I need to throughout the fight. Let's just jump into it. All right, having looked over all the different team sheets, I think this might be the most difficult fight for me in the entire run. Also, look at this beautiful aesthetic. I think this is going to be the most difficult fight. Because he has access to so much Thunder coverage. His Magmortar has a Thunder move. His Infernape has a Thunder move. His Rapidash, his Houndoom. Like 4 of his 5 Pokemon have Thunder coverage. And my team is incredibly weak to Thunder. That's my whole positive and negative. My team is extremely strong, but it's very weak to Thunder. There's not a whole lot I can do about that. And there's the Fake Out from the Infernape. I actually should have played around that. Oh, man. Not getting my Stealth Rocks here would be really unfortunate. And yeah, I do not get them. Sometimes it's going to happen. I should have looked at my team sheet and actually thought about that a little bit more instead of just looking. I knew this thing had Fake Out. I should have thought about it a little bit more. That was a mistake on my end. This thing does have Thunder Punch, so I just straight up cannot set up against this. I'm not going to be able to set up against a lot of this. I have to bring this in and go for, just straight up go for the Waterfall and hope that I outspeed. Thankfully, I do outspeed. I was really scared I don't outspeed there. Thankfully, we do outspeed. What Pokemon is next determines the flow of the rest of the fight. Houndoom comes in, does have Thunder Fang coverage and Destiny Bond. And a Focus Sash that is now not broken because my rocks did not go off. I think my only play here is to Waterfall and hope for a flinch. I'm going to hit him down to 1 HP with his Sash. If he goes for a Thunder Fang, sure. He could Destiny Bond me. There's a lot of problems here. Did I get the flinch? I did. So because of my custom strings in the recent update, you couldn't tell. I actually did just get the flinch, and that is extremely lucky. That is the best position to flinch in the entire fight. Oh, that's amazing. That's so lucky. Magmortar comes in next. This does not have Focus Sash. This should just be a one-shot die to my Waterfall. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Next up is Flareon. This should just die to it as well. See you later, Fire Eevee. And then Rapidash. As long as we outspeed, we should be good. And we do. Okay, toughest fight out of the way. Really lucky flinch there. Beautiful stuff, beautiful stuff. I could have arguably gone to Glistor on the Houndoom turn, but I think it's worth to chip it. The problem is the fact that it has Sash. I have to chip it. I can't just, you know, it's a problem otherwise. And he could have gone for like foul play. I think it probably would have been a better play to go Glistor there, but it worked out. I think risking the flinch chance is worth it. It's 20%, which is not irrelevant at all. All right, next up, we are on the 4th member of the Elite Four, and then we have one more fight after it, which is Cynthia. Lucian's team consists of a Delayed with Expert Belt, Close Combat, Zen Headbutt, Ice Punch, and Shadow Sneak, which just has priority. Espeon with Twisted Spoon, Psychic Signal Beam, Morning Sun, and Calm Mind setup. Alakazam with Psyshock, Focus Blast, Counter, Energy Ball, and that Focus Sash. Focus Sash and Counter is going to be something to watch out for. Bronzong with Light Clay, Screens. Interesting. Gyro Ball, Earthquake. Gyro Ball is relevant for killing my Dragon Dance speed boosted Gyarados. And then Mr. Mime with Citrus Berry, Thunderbolt, Icy Wind. I'm going to have to make sure I can kill this thing in one shot. All right, next up we have Lucian. Let's jump into it. This is the Psychic trainer of this. I really need to set up rocks here. It's actually very relevant. He could Zen Headbutt and flinch me, or Ice Punch and flinch or freeze me here. There are 2 different ways he could stop me from getting up my rocks, but I think this is still my best chance, is to just go for it off the bat here. If he gets the freeze or flinch, then fair play. It's going to happen sometimes. We do get our rocks off. Beautiful. It's really important to get our rocks off here because Alakazam has Focus Sash. And we need to chip Mr. Mime down because Mr. Mime has... Alakazam has Focus Sash and Counter. And Mr. Mime has Citrus Berry Thunderbolt. So there's a lot of situations. I actually get my rock there. I could have maybe rock smashed, but we should be fine regardless. I'm pretty sure I can just super safely go set up Gyarados here. I don't think I'm afraid of this delayed by any means. It has Ice Punch, Zen Headbutt. Like, it's not really hitting me with enough. And I get to, yeah, intimidate it as well. I'm pretty sure I can set up, yeah. Ice attacks just never do enough against Gyarados. People go for them all the time because they hit for neutral. But they just end up doing nothing against me, like, consistently. I might be defense. Yeah, I am defense EV trained on this thing, hilariously. I'm going to go for double Dragon Dance. As long as he does not freeze me here on the Ice Punch, we should be fine. The 10% chance to freeze. Okay. I'm not going to set up more because it's going to open me up to more freezes. I should be good to sweep from here. I can also crunch the Mr. Mime. And a lot of the rest of the team, a lot of this team can get crunched, which is nice. So this should be the... I think this should be an easy win, honestly. In comes Alakazam. We very importantly break his break his sash with the rocks and crunch him out. And then in comes Mr. Mime, the next biggest threat. We should be able to, with rocks and crunch, kill him past his Citrus Berry heal. Let's see. He has Thunderbolt otherwise. Yeah, we got him. Boom. And then in comes Espeon, who is also getting boomed. And now the final Pokemon left, Bronzong. I'm sorry, fellas. Bella, it is your time to go. See you later, you big metal beast. I do love your design, okay? But for now, peace Reno. We are moving on to the final fight of any storyline run that I'll ever do. Not only is it the final fight of the Sinnoh Elite Four, this is the final fight of any Elite Four I will ever do on this account. And maybe in PokeMMO for a very long time. Alrighty, next up we have Cynthia with her infamous Garchomp with Yachi Berry, which prevents the weakens the damage from ice type attacks. Earthquake, Dragon Claw, Fire Blast, Stealth Rocks, very powerful. She's just really strong. Lucario with CC, Crunch, Extreme Speed, Thunder Punch, and that Sash to watch out for. An Inner Focus, which prevents the Intimidate, I believe. Togekiss, Thunder Wave could be a nightmare. Aura Sphere, Air Slash Roost, Citrus Berry, Serene Grace. Oh, this is Air Slash T-Wave Serene Grace. Disgusting work. Oh my goodness, that's set. Roserade, Wise Glasses, Natural Cure, Giga Drain, Sludge Bomb, Sleep Powder, Extra Sensory. This is a full 6 Pokemon as well. This team is menacing. Melodic with Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, Mirror Coat, Spirit Tomb, which shouldn't matter for me, thankfully. Spirit Tomb, Rocky Helmet, Will-O-Wisp, Shadow Sneak. Dude, this is a menacing team. This is an intense team. I don't even know. We'd have to try our best. That's all we can do. Have you been keeping well? Thankfully, I've been pretty good. But let's see how you're faring, Cynthia. Let's see how your team is faring today. I'm worried. I very well, if I'm going to lose at a fight, it's this fight. Her team is intense. Togekiss lead. How do I feel about Togekiss lead? I don't love it. I might need to switch, actually. I think I have to switch here. Because it probably goes for Air Slash, which has a 60% chance to flinch me, which is going to not allow me to get rocks up. I think I switch here. I either switch to a random off-center Gyarados. I think I go Boomer Gyarados and look to blast a hole with my Choice Band Waterfall through this thing. The Intimidate's irrelevant. There's the Air Slash. Yeah, I don't want to set up rocks into Air Slash, unfortunately. We go for Waterfall here and just hope for Massive Chip. I don't think I one-shot. Yeah, I do not one-shot. Citrus Berry procced. Do we kill post-Citrus? We do kill after Citrus. Okay, we basically trade a lot of HP. We trade a lot of HP on our Gyarados, but we take out the Togekiss. I think that is worth it, but it depends on what comes in next. Incoming is Melodic. I need to sacrifice something to be able to bring in my Geodude. I should be able to safely rocks against this. Do I want to sacrifice a different Gyarados? Do I sacrifice this Gyarados and then revive it later? I think that ends up being the play since this is the banded Gyarados. This thing also has competitive, so if I switch in another Intimidate Gyarados against it, it's actually really bad. It'll boost its damage. So I think I just let this banded Gyarados go down. Go for Waterfall. If I get a really lucky flinch here, I could actually kill this, I believe, right? Which would be disgusting. Don't flinch. Don't do it. I think I did. I think I did. Oh, that's gross. I hit the flinch. That's disgusting. Oh, that's so unfair. Why do I always hit the flinch at the perfect time? Dude, oh my goodness, that's gross. This account has been so lucky. This is why I'm dry on the legendary hunt, because I'm so lucky in every other area. I can't even complain. That's so lucky, man. That's a total. I love this trade. Absolutely love this trade. Now I can go into my Geodude. He has no way to like paralyze me, flinch me. He has no way to stop me from setting up rocks here. And setting up rocks is still relevant because he hasn't brought out Lucario, which is really good. The fact that I'm still getting up rocks to prevent his Lucario from getting Focus Sash is super relevant. He has his own rocks he could bring in here, which is kind of hilarious. I'm just gonna go for like a rock smash here, and if I get I could get like a defense drop, I guess, but it shouldn't matter too much, honestly. I almost want to switch here into a Gyarados, but I don't think it's worth. Okay, he keeps missing his Fire Blast though, so maybe it was worth. Give me a defense drop. I don't know if the defense drop matters at all. He's already so low on HP. There's no way switching here is correct. Yeah, I should just let him Fire Blast. Okay, boom. Now, do I say he has Fire Blast, Declaw, Earthquake? I just set up against this. Yes, I 1,000,000,000% just set up against this. I bring my Gyarados in. I get the Intimidate off. Yeah, this is the perfect. I could even actually have danced around my Gyarados a little bit. What I mean by that is like switching in multiple different Gyarados to get Intimidate procs. But the AI might read that and might switch out. He could Fire Blast burn me here, which is the next thing to be afraid of. How many Dragon Dances do I need becomes the next question. I don't think I'm ever one-shotting Spirit Tomb. I think I just start attacking. The fact that if Melodic was still around, I would probably go for more Dragon Dances to try to kill that. But I think since I'm almost never one-shotting... Spirit Tomb's going to be a 2-hit KO. I almost never one-shot that. I think. Maybe if I like triple or quadruple Dragon Dance, I could, but it's not worth it. Yep, I'm killing Lucario. Yeah, we're fine here. This is the play. He could extreme speed me here, but nope, he's just going to die. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Okay, 2 Pokemon left. It is Roserade and Spirit Tomb. Roserade we should be able to kill. Ooh, do we actually with only 1 D-Dance? Maybe no, with Crunch we do. We should be able to. This should definitely kill. There's no way this lives. Yep, beautiful. Okay, very frail Pokemon. Finally, Spirit Tomb comes in. I'm just accepting the fact that I'm going to have to 2-shot Spirit Tomb. If this 1-shots with Waterfall, I would be flabbergasted. Are you kidding me? No way. After 1 D-Dance? Gyarados is insane. That's actually, like, ludicrous that 1-shots after Stealth Rock Chip with only 1 D-Dance. Only 1 D-Dance? 33,000 Poke-Yen, 3,500 BP. Congratulations, ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, people of royalty. Nice job. Nice work. Hell yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. You've completed another storyline in PokeMMO. I've completed my last storyline in PokeMMO on the Iron Man account. You should be proud. You should feel good. Storylines are some people's favorites. They're not everybody's favorites. They're certainly not my favorites. But you know what? You still got to buckle down and get them done. And I hope that everything in this guide was helpful. That's all I can say at the end of the day. I hope this guide was helpful, and if it was, make sure to leave a like on it. It helps me out tremendously, more than you would ever know. Dislike if not. Leave positive comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for daily Pokemon videos every single day. I've been playing this game for 13 years now, and I love it so much. Sorry, 12 years. I don't want to lie to you guys. 12 years, and I love it so much, and it's so beautiful that I get to play it every day and have so much fun, and it's been having such a resurgence, and there's so many new players, and an MMO is nothing without new players. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you want to support the content, support the channel, allow me to even make videos like this, YouTube memberships, Twitch Primes, Twitch subs, PayPal and Venmo donations, and if I'm running a sponsorship with like HelloFresh or Factor, signing up for those are also amazing ways to help that also get you guys food in the process. So if you want to support the channel, there are plenty of means to do so. Also, come say hi to me on a live stream. If this video helped you, be like, hey, Petrowski, you know, that Sinnoh guide really helped me. I really appreciate like that above and beyond feedback. It means the world to me and motivates me to do stuff like this. So just thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the rest of your Pokemon journey, because I bet it's only beginning. Yo, what's up? Outro Petrowski here, and I wanted to take this time to say thank you to everyone who goes above and beyond and supports my channel. Your names are all listed here. You make it possible for me to make helpful and mildly entertaining content for the game that I love, and make it available for free for everyone to enjoy. Thank you so much for allowing me to even be here.